That's the only. The only one where she is better. But the other two.
Mic, bro.
You're not fucking with the other two.
Sarah Paulson, bro.
She's not fucking with the third. But my Jurassic free agent.
Come on, bro. Bro, you don't like Sarah Paulson.
I watched American
opinion.
Horror Story.
You don't like Sarah Paulson.
I watched it. What else she got? I watched it. That's what I thought.
She won an Emmy for it.
Next segment, bro.
Welcome back, everyone, here on the Brocialist. We are here in episode 6. Thank you if you tuned in to our interview last week with Caroline. Thanks again, Caroline, for coming on. Hopefully everyone, had a good week, and let's get into it. So I actually do have a warm-up again today, and there's been a lot of debate on whether or not there's more wheels or doors in the world.
I just got asked this today.
What do y'all think that there is, more wheels or doors in the world? And I've heard, I think my gut reaction was doors, because, I felt like, everything that has wheels has more doors than it does wheels for the most part, like your house and, cars, there's a 4-to-4 ratio. But then someone said, Hot Wheels and Legos alone, and I was pretty much sold, off of that alone, that there's more wheels. But
see, my girlfriend just asked me, she's like, wheels or doors? And I was just like, wheels. She's like, why? I was like, I don't know, speed. So I had no clues about how many there were in the world. But if I had to pick one, I started off with saying wheels again, because that's what I went with my gut. But I don't know, man. There's a lot of doors out here for buildings. Each apartment has 4 doors in it at least, and everyone has to live somewhere. Not everyone has to drive a car, so I'm going to go with wheels for sure.
If your house has an office chair, it might already have more wheels than it does doors.
Are we counting those wheels too?
Wheels?
Why wouldn't you?
Your vacuum even has wheels.
Yeah. And I said, you know that Lego is the single largest producer of tires in the world.
Get the
granted, they're Lego size, but they produce more tires than anyone.
I was thinking you was talking about vehicle wheels, but are we talking about just the wheel, the shape, and
wheels,
different just wheels? Yeah, I'm gonna go with wheels.
What's that one thing that a wheelbarrow? They got wheelbarrows.
You just named it.
And then I guess I don't know if that at that point includes cabinet doors, because then we start going into other levels of detail.
Fridge doors. Everyone has a fridge in their house. Fridge doors, microwave
it's gotta
doors,
be wheels.
oven doors.
It's gotta be wheels, bro.
But you know how many drawers? If you have drawers, those all have wheels.
That's not a door.
Those aren't a door.
Drawers
that's not a door.
No, I'm saying drawers have wheels.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like society used wheels way more.
The invention of the wheel was the greatest thing mankind
That's the
did.
goated invention. Yeah, that's the goated invention. And he ain't making nothing off of it.
Nothing.
He was really getting chased by T-Rexes.
Bro, dude was just trying to make life easier for himself. Didn't get anything from it.
That was Elon Musk before Elon Musk.
Elon, he ain't capitalized off it like Elon.
I seen some commercials, bro, with the dude from Curb Your Enthusiasm. Y'all seen them?
Larry David?
Yeah, it was inventions, and then threw them out. He was throwing people out for every invention. That's what this thing make me think of. I don't know why I said it, but that's what this made me.
So has anyone cracked the code yet? Has anyone told us what the true answer is?
It's wheels.
I don't know if that's possible.
Yeah. I don't think you can go. They would have to go in people's houses, count the wheels. I would probably lean more to wheels, cause if you go to we were talking about doors on houses and stuff, but if you go to different countries and stuff, they don't have doors on their homes and everything. So that's a whole, some of the people live in shacks.
What was that thing of Rick and Morty?
What did you say?
Doors? What?
We talking about doors on wheels. So I was saying if you go to certain countries, they don't have doors. They live in shacks.
That's
international.
That's racist because you thought doors. It was racist. This is reality, Toon.
What do you say, Dre? You said
I'm Team Wheels. Off that Hot Wheels argument.
Wheels.
Dabs, give a definitive
Hot Wheels
answer.
and Legos.
Huh? What'd you
Give a
say?
definitive answer.
I need wheels, bro. Everything on Earth is damn near powered by a wheel-shaped object. Damn near.
Wheel.
Tell you you're on wheels too.
Yes, sir.
Damn.
Team Wheel. Greatest invention of all
How we
time.
rocking?
That's a crazy thing to think about. Damn.
This man
There's
doing
not that
deep
many
thought.
doors compared to wheels.
It's not, bro.
But I mean, cabinets.
That ain't. That's not classified.
Cat doors. How many doggy
Now
doors
you're
are
just
there?
making.
You getting too niche. You getting too niche.
Yeah,
like
you moving the goal.
You said Hot Wheel cars. You said
That's a wheel.
said
No, I'm
wheels
saying
in the cabinets.
Yeah, but going to like doggy
doors.
doors like waters down your argument because you're getting way like
Yeah.
okay. If you want to get into that, if you want like dog doors, like there's not that many dog doors in the world. That's
You
not
said
moving the needle.
You said
Bro, they don't
drawer
even have
wheels.
doors. It's just like a
You counted the wheels and drawers.
Entrance.
No, but
Bro,
like
that's a
dog doors
wheel.
aren't moving the needle. Like there might be a few million of them in the world. Like it's not that many.
That ain't
Horse
like a.
stables.
Hey, look.
All right.
All right, on to the next topic.
Wheels, bro. Wheels, bro. Hey, cut this. Cut.
This week and what's happening now, we've been talking a lot about Russia, and I've had some thoughts build up that aren't my own mostly, but it's stuff that I've heard that I think is, I don't know, a good indicator that you can take out of something that's pretty terrible. So obviously we know that the U.S. is, and I guess the rest of the world is essentially waging economic warfare on Russia through sanctions of various kinds. I think that U.S. just cut off Russia from, or they aren't purchasing oil or petrol from Russia. I don't know which category. But essentially the argument is that if the world doesn't consent to a war you are waging, they can essentially collapse you like economically, which like in the end of the day, I think is a really good sign. Now the problem, I guess, with that is they have to not consent. So like the U.S. has done a lot of things that could obviously be like categorized as like very criminal, but they don't get like the economic sanctions that Russia's received thus far. And you could say the same with like Israel and Palestine, but I won't like harp too much on it. But overall, just like as war becomes a very expensive thing, and as the rest of the world pushes back against your idea, and like Russian, the economy is like collapsed, like worse than anything we've probably seen here in America. And I think that they have to be more concerned with an internal strife at this point, as opposed to opposing forces on the outside. Because I mean, pretty soon they'll probably be like lining up in like bread lines, to be honest. Like it's pretty bad for the citizens, honestly, for like something that, while some of them may consent to, aren't all behind. And then also, like, in addition to that, I just want to say, like, what Zelensky's doing, like staying in Ukraine while all this is going on, is like something like you read in like history books that you don't really like, believe when you're a kid, about like someone like staying behind to fight with his troops, and just like the amount of like losses that the Russians are facing compared to such a comparatively small military. But I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to talk about this too long.
Are you saying,
but
when you say losses, like, are you saying like casualties or like economic?
Yeah.
Really?
Both. I guess both. But per pretty much all reporting, the Russian troops are facing maybe 10 to 20 times the amount of losses that the Ukrainians are. And that doesn't even like include the amount of equipment that they're losing. Now, I don't think that like Ukraine can win a full out war against Russia. Like that's not what I'm saying. But you make it way more expensive. You decrease morale, and then at one point when Russia does eventually roll into Kyiv or Ukraine and take over, it's one of the most hostile insurgencies ever. I mean, the U.S. couldn't hold Vietnam. It couldn't hold the Middle East. So this would probably be worse and harder. So as traumatic as an event, I think it's just, I think it has like a good sign for the incentive to keep peace because of the economic and just practicality of waging war is becoming more and more difficult.
I hope this influences people to shine a light on that. We've been doing this shit this whole time. With Syria, like all like brown people get bombed all the time, and no one cares. No one's putting pins on. Like I think Enos Freedom, the Celtics player, just like called out the Celtics because they're doing Ukrainian pins, but they never supported him when he was speaking out against Israel's offenses on Palestine. So I just hope that like obviously all these people who are reaching out, not like calling out now, call out war in general, just to make the world a better place, because what like obviously we're stopping Russia financially. Let's start doing that for other countries, and it's just crazy to me how it's just not the same. I don't know if you guys have seen that and have thoughts on that, but
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't want to, I guess, expand on what you're saying. I mean, I agree, but I mean, hey, I think that's just the world we live in today, where we see brown people, you see disenfranchised people always getting the short end of the stick when it's ran by a white world. So I mean, it's just kind of state we're in right now. So
Ukraine is yeah. I mean, Ukraine. I was still talking the same thing with my dad about that shit. Like a lot of other countries have been definitely bullied and taken advantage of, especially countries of color. So I mean, it's still messed up what's happening with Ukraine and all that stuff, and like it is like looked at way differently, and like everybody behind it. I mean, it's a European country. So
what's
it's
the
like,
difference between this time and World War II? Like obviously, like they could have done the same thing with economic sanctions and stuff back in.
A lot of company. I think that one countries, as time has gone on, the economy of the world has come more interdependent on other countries. Like you need things where I think Nazi Germany got to the point where it was only reliant on itself for the most part, so it was able to do that. And I think Russia was trying to set up, like I heard they like stacked up their gold reserves
They
and
had a
things
war
like that.
chest, yeah.
Yeah, they were
Chest.
preparing for this to happen, and it's still might not be enough. So
I mean, we were coming out fresh out of
from my
depression
cousin.
too, right?
Huh?
When you said why can we do this in Germany, I mean the world was pretty much coming fresh out of the depression too. Like Hitler started his conquest in like 33, and like people like the depression was still like in its still not in its height, but it was kind of declining, but it was still there. So I mean, like what could the countries really do? I mean, economically, I don't know, military.
I know that the Chinese homie told him like, and I don't know this, but I heard that the Chinese homie like asked him to postpone the like invasion until after the Olympics and
Chinese
stuff.
homie, what?
So, like this has been in play. Like they didn't wake up that morning and say we're invading Ukraine. Like they've been thinking about this. They were building up their war chest.
Yeah.
But obviously they ain't have enough money because they're getting cooked right now financially.
I mean, it's been an ongoing issue since '91, since Ukraine has seceded. It's just kind of been like a Cold War state, and then as gradually as the years has gone by, it's gotten more and more intense. So, yeah.
Do we? What do you guys' prediction like for what's going to happen next? Do you guys think it's going to fizzle out?
I mean, I think it'll end up turning into like an insurgency at some point. I think Russia will. There's no way Putin's gonna take this L. He's not gonna because he's sacrificing all his people at home, like their financial and like mental well-being for this war. So he's not gonna get nothing out of it. He's gonna say that he took Ukraine, and they're gonna fight. A country of 30 million people, or however many haven't left, are gonna fight them in the streets, like the Middle Easterners did, the U.S. and the Viet Cong did, the U.S. and Vietnam. So I think you both make good points in that, like how differently we treat this because it's essentially white people, like how we don't like the refugee crisis in like the Middle East and how we turned so many refugees away in Europe and in the States. And obviously how no one really cares about what's going on there. I know like I believe Irish politician made a speech in their parliament talking about why is no one waging these economic sanctions against Israel, because they're doing the same thing in Palestine right now. It's not at the same scale, but it's been going on longer, and arguably at a more genocidal rate.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I think I seen
That is
a
crazy to
quote
me.
from was it? I don't know, like it was on the Daily Mail, but I seen it today earlier on Twitter. So
Daily Mail.
it was a quote from like Prince William, and they was talking about like the Ukraine. You seen that too, Dabs?
Yeah.
They seen it was like they were talking about like the Ukraine crisis and Russian invading. They were like, and he said, you just don't really see this in Europe. Like you normally see that in like like the continents like Africa and Asia. And I was just like, dang, like I said, like I don't know how like true like that was, but it's just like if it was like that's just kind of. But I feel like that's just how the world feels in general. Like everybody's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this happened to Ukraine. But it's like, bro, this happens all the time in the third world countries. Like.
It's two things I want to say. First thing is I seen something that was like Russia just like totally miscalculated everything because it was like or Putin did because they say like Putin's like generals and stuff were lying to him about like how strong his military was because like they spend most of that military budget on like they literally just do it on like yachts or something I seen. And then on top of that there was like what other thing? Oh, the Brittany Gardner, was it Brittany Gardner?
Griner.
Yeah, that she like I seen that one tweet and it was like, if this was Tom Brady that was captured by the Russians, what the fuck would we be doing? Like, it's crazy.
Get our white man.
We would be at arms, bro. Everybody would have guns. It would be crazy. Like I really sat down and I was sitting there like, that is so true. If Tom Brady was captured by the Russians right now, America would be on
war.
Tip.
I'd be there myself.
And like Brittany, like literally, we didn't know what was happening with Brittany, dog, like at all. Like for 2 weeks before we even knew she was like captured.
That's crazy.
Like,
that's
she's gonna be locked
wild
up for a minute.
Yeah, I heard she's been there for a break. Like,
but like she gotta go there to play.
January, February.
It's
like months.
She gotta go there to play basketball to get more money in
I heard
the
they
WNBA.
play better. I heard they pay
They
better.
pay better. Yeah, they play better.
No,
like,
she's sponsored by like a Russian oligarch. Like she getting bread out there.
yeah, so it's just wild, bro. Wild.
But I think you are right, Dabs. I have heard that, like, and I think it's part of just being a part of an autocracy. Like, it's crony because everyone is just like passing money around to get their name like in the pot for a role or for a job, and it's they're essentially manipulating numbers or lying to their superiors because you want to look good. So everyone's lying to their boss, and the head person, Putin, is just hearing like, "Oh yeah, everything's good. Our military is great." Woo woo. But in reality, like everyone was just lying because they either want their money, their job, or don't want to like die in this like autocracy.
It's crazy, bro.
And Putin
Crazy.
Man. Must be nice.
But as a result of a whole ass war going on in Europe,
new segment.
Yeah, as a whole ass war going on, gas that gas average is over $4. It's not quite to where it was after the 08 or around the 08 financial crisis, but it's pretty high. I mean, I don't shop for gas, but I also work from home now, so I don't really have to as much. But I won't harp on this too much, but I just want to, this is the only message I want to tell people out there, is that the presidents do not control gas prices. I don't know how many times I got to see a social media quote
Obama.
or tweet about a president controlling gas prices. Obama didn't control gas prices. Trump didn't control gas prices. Biden doesn't control gas. Like, they just act like there's some fucking levers that they sit in the fucking White House with that they can pull to change gas prices. Like, that's not how things work.
Yeah. The one thing I also seen was like, I think Governor Whitmer or whatever, she like was talking about like federally, like we need to stop taxes on gas just for the time being to get gas prices. Then for some reason I like looked up what's the Michigan tax on gas, which is what it's like. I think it's 22 cents Michigan tax on gas prices, and then on top of that, like a gallon, and then on top of that, federal is like 18 cents. So I don't get how Whitmer, I know she's a Democrat or whatever. I don't get how she like makes these campaigns. Like, people are just stupid. Like, if she wanted to change the taxes on gases and like instantly and be like, we need to change this, she would just do it in Michigan. Like, just stop the tax on gas in Michigan, which she's not gonna do. But she's doing this like whole thing about federal taxes and stopping it. Like, that's not gonna help. I mean, I guess 18 cents a gallon is gonna help. All is gonna happen because I seen Biden too was like, He's going to start going to the reserves. It might lower gas prices a little bit for a little longer, but like it's still $4 a gallon. Like it's still going to be $3.99. Like it's not like that. And like we don't even control the gas market. It's the world's gas market, and then that's what controls the price. It's not like America. Plus, Russia is only like 3% of the gas coming into America from the get-go. So I really don't understand how Russia is like this big thing with Russia going on. It's really just the world in general that just raised the price of gas due to supply and demand and all this other stuff. But like I think this like every company is trying to get over on the middle class, and every company in every single type of like section of business everywhere. And it's been like this for like 2 years. This Russia thing is just basically an excuse for them to just hike up gas prices, hike up prices of everything, and just get the money while they can.
Yeah,
Sorry
no, you make
rant.
a good point. No, you make a good point that companies use these things as excuses to justify high gas prices. It's like everyone's saying that the the child tax credits and the stimuluses that we got is what's causing inflation. Like, no, like they're just making money and they're charging more just because they can. It's not because of like any type of like real inflation. And like you said, OPEC is who controls gas prices. It's, a cartel essentially what's going on. I don't know, like, I don't know how if states like a governor like Whitmer has the control to do executive actions like Biden would, but I mean, at the end of the day, she's a moderate liberal, so she's just like a conservative that doesn't hate gay people as much, pretty much. But like, I mean, I don't shop for gas. Like, I'm gonna have to buy it regardless. But it's just like so like asinine to me how like what people decide to care about. Like, this is gonna be like a bigger decider and like people's like voting come the fall than like anything. And like these people don't have control over this.
School systems are failing our people.
I saw so like 2 days ago I saw like a Hummer, like the OG Hummer H2. I was like, what a fucking idiot. And then today I saw the new Hummer and I was like, oh my god, I wish I had one of those because they're completely electric and that shit looks sick. Like,
well, the other thing with the electric shit too, like that shit I seen on Twitter too. Like I'll look
I
at
miss my
news,
hybrid so much.
the Twitter news or whatever. Like they pushing for electric cars. I'm telling y'all right now, electric infrastructure is never going to get there ever. And
Never?
the reason the reason why I
Get
say
outta
this,
here, Dabs.
the reason why I believe in like Amazon literally is investing in hydrogen energy because it's basically gas to a certain extent that you can literally get hydrogen. It's way more accessible. It's way easier to get. It's way easier to fill up on. Like that's where I think the world is going.
Sun? You ever heard of the sun, buddy?
What do you,
We're talking about solar energy. Like,
why are you talking about solar energy?
Because you're saying that there's more of it. He's just saying like electricity. Yeah. But
You get electric energy from solar power.
I'm saying like, electric cars don't get their energy from solar power right now.
You're correct. Yes, they don't currently. We currently leverage like fossil fuels to get electric energy for the most part.
Like,
yeah.
So eventually it's gonna run out.
This electric push is never going to actually. It's never going to happen, bro.
Well, part of it is that too. The Republicans want to shoot down like infrastructure bills that would give us like the push to go do this. Obviously, like we live in Michigan, so our roads are all shit. But then the Republicans want to bitch about roads, and then they talk about, but then they shoot down bills or like call us or say that they're like communists for wanting infrastructure bills. And I think you make a good point in how that the solution to this. Like, regardless if it's electric, hydrogen, I don't care. But it's the conservative solution to this is let's drill more oil. Like, we're running out, let's drill more. Not like let's invest in clean infrastructure. Like, we could be a world leader in infrastructure. You get ahead in solar, you get ahead in hydrogen, whatever it is, and then you sell it to everyone in the world. But they're like, no, we can't do that. We can't do that. All the big oil companies back us. We have to just drill more. When there's like thousands of leases that the private companies aren't using, they're just sitting on it, and they're trying to use this to like push this agenda that we need to like let them drill more oil.
When it comes to infrastructure, we're fucked.
Bro, we cannot be this stupid. Like, y'all got, like,
you guys, You guys know that one Twitter post that always pops up probably every like 2 years about if we had a high speed rail.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
I
like
do.
Japan or something.
If we can get to Chicago in an hour and a half, I'd be there every weekend.
It comes up all the time. I'm so jealous.
You can get to Miami in 4 hours on a high. If we had like Japan's like high speed rail, bro.
Yeah.
I'd be globe.
I need it.
Bro, I would have a Tesla right now if every gas station had an electric system in order to charge my car. I would,
Charge
but I
that shit
just
at
don't
home.
think.
If you have to have a house though, that's the issue.
You have to have a house. It's like
In this housing
$8,000 to
market?
upgrade your.
My old apartment used to have an electric charger. Apparently,
Yeah,
they
so
were
did mine.
taxing. Apparently, they were taxing them.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
they tax.
Mine was free.
How much
Mine
was-
was free.
You were free?
Yeah, when I lived in an
no.
apartment complex.
We
Yeah.
used to get bad reviews sometimes. This one dude, he used to be pissed. He said we were taxing more than gas.
Hell no.
This one dude had an extension cord in the garage, going from like the plug in the garage to his
Bro.
car. He was charging his shit up for free.
Like
So,
literally, you have to charge your car for 20 hours to get like half gas full.
Yeah,
You
you
got
have
some
to.
Dre?
Yeah, you have to buy like the $1,000 charger to do like relatively like 40 50 minute charges or like an hour charge. You have to upgrade your charger in your house.
So
It's like because the base charger is essentially like plugging in a vacuum, so you have to upgrade your charger to be like the charger that your dryer would hook up to, like that type of whatever voltage.
UPC.
And I mean, it's like $1,000. I mean, granted, it'll pay itself off, but you also, like you said, you have to have a house, and who can afford a house nowadays? So
your house can't be so old either. Like it has to be like totally changed electricity wise. Because like I sold a Tesla to like a person, they came back hot because they didn't know. They just was like, let's get a Tesla. I don't know why
you were
they
a
didn't.
scam artist.
Bro, no, like they didn't know. Like they didn't know. I didn't know either. Like, or it was Abdul that sold them. Like Abdul didn't know. Like, and they came back was like, yeah, my electrician said I need to pay $8,000 to upgrade my entire
Lord.
electricity system. Like, yeah. Like, why did you get a Tesla?
Yeah.
I wonder what country has the best infrastructure. I would love to live in a place where I could
it's
just.
certainly like a Scandinavian country.
I would
We
love
need
to
it,
just walk
but we never
outside
gonna
and
get
just
it.
Or like
We
Japan.
never gonna get it. Japan 2023, y'all.
I don't like black people. I heard.
Who likes
Man,
black
nobody
people?
like black
Who likes
people.
black people?
Who like us?
There's black people that don't like black people.
What's wrong with you? Who don't like us?
No, being Nigerian, bro, I can totally attest to that.
Oh my gosh! But we'll, we're gonna keep moving forward.
Yeah,
And
let's keep moving.
sorry, one more thing. I really don't want to go back, but there's one thing I do want to say about Russia again is that people are calling for like this no-fly zone. Like y'all must want nuclear war. Like I don't know like what y'all. I saw some protests about like the no-fly zone. Like please don't
They
do
asked people
that.
not to fly.
No-fly zone, what you
in
mean by
Russia,
that?
or where's this
So
no-fly
no,
zone
a
happening?
no-fly zone. Like they're saying they want NATO countries to set up a no-fly zone over Ukraine, which means that if a Russian plane flew in, they'd have to shoot it down, which would mean that you're shooting down Russian planes, and then they would. It's like
That's
declaring war.
I'm popping that off. Yeah.
like
So, are you not saying that this is a war right now? Is this not a war? 'Cause
no,
they're
it
calling
is
it
a
NATO.
war. It
It's a
certainly is a war. But
Has anyone
if we
named
jump
this war
in,
yet? You gotta name it.
Ukraine v Russia.
I'm gonna name it.
Big bro versus little bro.
pay-per-view.
Pay per view.
Somebody's gotta name it. Whoever named that bitch gonna get fucking.
What they gonna
Are
do?
there any Russian and Ukrainian, or well, it obviously Khabib? Is there any Ukrainian UFC fighters? I know Dana
Yes,
looking to
one
set
just
that
fought.
up.
One just fought this past weekend.
I know Dana trying to set that up right now.
No, one just fought this last weekend. She had her flag. She's like, yeah, like my family and stuff is like in shelters right now, and like I've been crying all week on the phone with them and stuff. Like it's very hard times. Like she spoke about it She literally fought this past weekend. So you know Dana gonna promote. So Dana gonna get his bag.
America don't waste the time to share a story like
We
that.
do not have UFC on the segment.
So next up on what's happening now, and we'll kind of move through these ones kind of quick because we have a lot to get through. Is Florida passes Don't Say Gay. Doug, what the fuck is wrong with Florida?
Who named it, bro?
Florida is war zone. Florida is
Just
war
a
zone.
better name would have
gulag.
been better.
Florida passes Don't Say Gay. I mean, essentially the bill is that you can't, like, before like grade. I'll just read what
third
are
grade.
the parental rights of the children. Don't say gay. Under the legislation, these lessons may not occur in kindergarten through third grade or in a manner that is not age appropriate according to standards. So it's kind of like could be like K through 12, but like third grade, you can't talk about like gender, sex, pretty much, and then like above that, you still can't talk about it exceedingly. And it's just
Wait. What do you mean? After third grade, you
it
can't
says
talk about it?
it says because it says in a manner that is not age appropriate. So if someone deems it not age appropriate for a ninth grader, then it still like falls underneath being inappropriate for this law.
Very vague then.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's not only for K through 3. It's for K through 12.
It's more explicit for K through 3, but then it's
You can't do it at all for K
Yeah.
through 3. Don't mention it.
But
Why
there's
the
like
fuck would you mention it anyway?
I mean K through 3 I understand.
so this is
in
like
grades-
one this is like why are Republicans wasting their time with bills like this? First of all, like this is like a culture war thing. Like this is not a
bigger fish
problem.
to fry.
This is not a
Yeah.
problem. But then also like the thing is, it's like K through 3. Like I don't think this is a conversation that's coming up that much. But you know, let's say like some kid has 2 dads or something, right? And he's talking to Timmy like, you know, my dad's, and then like Joe is like, bro, you got 2 dads. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Woo woo woo. And the teacher comes up and says like, it's okay. Like you can have 2 parents. Like that's like a fine thing to have. I don't like you shouldn't like
Illegal.
outlaw that. Like you shouldn't like outlaw like a teacher saying like
Yeah.
it's okay to like be gay. Because if you believe people are born gay, then that means that there are kids in your classroom at age 3 that are gay. And we don't ban people from talking about like we ever since we were kids, we talk about like kids dating and no one ever has an issue. But this would essentially say like, oh, well, if you bring up 2 gay kids dating or something along those lines or a gay marriage in your class, then it's illegal.
My question
See,
is,
I was
like,
so it's coming. I was thinking it was like the teachers like teaching it. But
No.
not that
It is.
Yeah, it
so
is.
who's teaching these third grade? I don't get
yeah,
it.
like who teaching?
Nobody.
This?
That I feel like I equate it to the critical race theory stuff. Like people
right.
teach
That's what I was thinking.
people teaching history is being called critical race theory. Like no, it's just an actual
It's
thing.
history.
So they're talking about like
It's
people
history.
teaching about gay people is like trying to like turn kids gay. Like no, there's just gay people. Like I don't know. Like I don't know like what they're trying to like get at. That like I don't know.
Did you guys ever learn
Florida
about
tripping.
Did you guys ever learn about gay people and
No, I'm just saying, like, even when I was like in
No.
high school or whatever, and it was like sex ed, like we didn't talk about like
We didn't talk about.
we didn't
it,
talk
like,
about
openly.
sex, and we didn't talk about. It was like just like
Yeah,
organs, and it was like
the reproductive system.
reproductive system. It wasn't like
so
We wasn't open like like that.
so the thing is
man
that
and
it's
a
gonna-
woman.
Kids.
it's
It wasn't
gonna-
telling.
so you guys know how we have like we're instructed on like Black history and thing that Black folk has done. This is gonna block them from teaching stuff that people of the LGBT community have done. So that's the one thing that I think is a very negative thing, because obviously we had to be taught like Black people stood up and did we have George Washington Carver, he did like the peanut butter and stuff. We have Madam C.J. Walker. Like they had to teach us this stuff about pioneers of the Black race. Now we need to start having pioneers of the LGBT community who did different things, and this is blocking that. So that's the one thing I really think is very horrible about this, because we won't be able to tell those stories, because they do have people like in that community who were the front runners of the things they did, and we'll never learn about them now. That's my problem with it.
I mean, it's not in play now. I mean, not passed. I don't think it wasn't. Has it been passed? No.
Yeah, it's pretty much at DeSantis's desk, and he's gonna sign it.
Oh,
What are you saying, Dabs?
You made it seem like he's saying like now we got to have this, like it's moving on. Like African American culture is probably the least subject. Like I know that video Supreme Dreams is like funny and shit, but like it's really life. When we was in high school, I'm probably saying like now, like literally Black history is taught for one chapter and then it's moved on. It's literally like blah blah blah. Rosa Parks freed the slaves
but
and Frank.
LGBTQ people don't have no chapters.
I get that, but like comparing, like that's my problem. Like comparing LGBT to African Americans, like that's like out.
It's not a comparison. They're both marginalized groups, and like I'm not trying to like come like I mean like we don't talk about Native Americans either, and they have like got it the worst. They've got the stick the worst more than anybody in this country. Like
They are
had a
forgotten.
whole genocide, and I mean
No, we get no. When they presented Andrew Jackson in history class, it was like it was a celebration. Like this, hold on, this man killed 1 million plus Indians. Like this ain't Native Americans. This isn't nothing to celebrate
Bro,
about. Like,
people
they
be
took the Trail of
defending
Tears. They glossed over the Trail of Tears. Like it was like
They
he
be
killed
defending
millions
these people too, like these whole slave owner killing genocide people
for freedom.
Like this is American history. We need this. Like, bro, these people were evil.
That's what I'm saying. Like laws like this, like keep that going. Like imagine if a law was passed that said you couldn't talk about Black history from K through third grade. How would you feel about it? It's the same thing. It's like from K through third grade, a student can't know about LGBTQ history or even that it's even a real thing. Imagine if they said that in a school you can't tell the kids that Black people exist from K through third grade. It's the same thing.
I just don't. The thing is like it's always an argument with African Americans and then LGBT community like equal. Like
It shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be. So I don't like even comparing it like just now. Like it's not. It shouldn't be a
I
comparison.
mean, it's intersectionality. Like, there's gay Black people. Like, this affects them disproportionately. Like, they have to go through like 2 sections of like marginalization. But I'll move into the next one because I kind of want to push through these, but I don't want to. I don't want to ignore them. But this one's like tangential to it, in that Idaho passed in the House anti-trans law, in that you cannot go outside of the state to seek any treatment for medical issues relating to gender dysmorphia, body dysmorphia.
Who gonna stop them?
That's what I'm saying.
They got the police
That's what I'm
force at the
saying.
border. Like, where are you going? Where are you going to Texas? What state is it? Idaho?
So like, would the doctors report? Would like that? Would the doctors? Be
So the
ones that,
doctors
like,
can't
tell?
give treatment to anyone that's, I guess, under the age of 18. And then if you're like a parent and you like help them or like send them to another state or move, they said they're gonna like, and they say like up to life. Like
Yeah, life. I'm like, I seen it. I said, life, really?
to life.
Bro, they just didn't. Bro, they just made lynching. Well, it's at Biden desk now. They just made lynching a hate crime. I'm like, how y'all gonna make? I'm like, how y'all gonna make that offense? I ain't even gonna call it offense. That's what they're trying to make it an offense. How y'all gonna make that like? And lynching just got on to the to Biden's desk. Like that's crazy.
We're very, and what is it, archaic with our laws and everything like this. But if I see an underground railroad for people trying to get their kids the treatment they need, I'm gonna be pissed, bro.
I think like it's not
Why?
even like I don't even like. Obviously, it's important to have like the discussion about like trans rights, but I don't even want to get into that. Like, this is like body autonomy. Like the fact that you're like stopping people from like seeking like any type of like medical care. Like if obviously, I think
crazy.
that most of us on this call would say we agree with abortion rights. Like, imagine someone that's under the age of 18. You say like they can't get an abortion. Like, there's no difference. Or like, if I needed surgery on my leg, like I can't go get it. Like, or something for my whatever mental health or physical health within your state, I can't go receive treatment.
Like,
on it.
it's for them. It's personally for them.
Legislating
And
like
you're
tattoos. Can you make body modifications to you where you can go across straight lines to get a tattoo? Like it's body modification. It's the same shit.
And like, I don't even like, even if we don't get into like bottom and top surgery, like just like growth hormones and things like that, so like people can like understand like if this is really a route that they want to take, like limiting that even is
That's wild.
It's a slippery slope we're going on here, man.
Slippery.
yeah. I don't want people like passing laws about people's bodily autonomy. That's nasty. But let's get into women's history. Yesterday was Women's History Day. It is Women's History Month, though, currently,
Shout out to the ladies.
as we're recording this on March 9th. And I just wanted to, I don't know if you guys had some in mind, to point out some inspirational women in sports, because we know men all love sports, but sometimes we don't pay attention to the women in sports and what they do. I know we've been talking a lot on this podcast, but I don't know, any women in sports that I don't know stand out, inspire you. Uh, I don't know, Tunde. Does anyone come to mind when I say women in
Is this just
sports?
restricted to athletes?
What'd you say?
No,
Is it,
it can be coach, players, management, reporting.
Oh, okay.
Does anyone come to mind for you, Tunde?
um, there's one. Um, she's actually an Olympian. It's Tamara. If I fuck up her name, I'm so fucking sorry. But it's Tamara Mensa Stock. She's the first U.S. black woman to win gold in wrestling. She did it at this past Olympics, and I love wrestling. Folk style wrestling is my favorite, and she absolutely dominated the Olympics last year, or was it last year or 2 years
To
ago?
right, well, last year, because they got pushed a year,
Yeah, yeah. So
right?
she yeah. So she dominated, and so she's not only the first black woman to win, but she is the first, or she's the second woman to win it in like USA Gold history. So I mean, that's my woman that I'm gonna have to give it to, and also, she's also my Nigerian sister, my Niger gal. She's also part Nigerian like me, so that's who I had to give it to. You know, getting gold for the
Nice,
U.S.
nice.
I also have Olympian I want to talk about, and this shouldn't take too long. But we always talk about Michael Phelps, and obviously he's one of the goats of just sports in general, his dominance. But another swimmer that I always like gravitated towards in the Olympic times is Katie Ledecky. Like she was in her bag when it came to swimming for sure. She got 5 gold medals in the Olympics
Ledecky.
and then 14 gold medals in just the world swimming championships and currently holds 3 world records in the 400, 800, and 1500. And I don't know, I enjoy watching swimming, and she just would always dominate watching the Olympics in her field. And not that Michael Phelps doesn't deserve all the hype that he gets, but we see like in the I guess the other pool, just another like dominant American athlete in the similar sport, not getting nearly as much praise as I think she probably deserves.
How much does Phelps have?
True, he has to have like at least like 8 golds.
8 golds. She has 7, and guess how old she is?
She has 7. I thought she had maybe she got more this
Having won
last year.
7 Olympic golds. Yeah, she's only 24.
Yeah, she did her first Olympics when she was like a teen.
Talk.
Human propel.
Talk. What?
Yeah,
She's about to blow that fucking record out the water.
I don't know if he has 8. He might have more than that. He was in his bag. I'm not gonna lie, but
yeah,
Katie
Sorry, my
Ledecky,
bad.
she be going crazy.
yeah.
Tay, you sounded like you had someone you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, so now that you said like, because I was thinking this was just restricted to athletes, and I could find like an athlete that a woman's athlete that inspired me, but specifically this is a coach, and just what she has done for. We had Caroline on last week, and I think we talked about it a little bit. But Dawn Staley, just being an African American woman,
Oh, yeah.
and the success that she has amazed over the past, I would say, decade, and just building South Carolina up. Because South Carolina, like, people don't even like look to the like. I used to live in South Carolina, so like I don't think y'all know this, but like women's basketball is bigger than the football team. Like they love the women's basketball team. She built that team from the ground up to a national power. Now it used to be UConn, and it still is UConn to a certain extent. But it's South Carolina now. South Carolina's number one. I know they just lost to Kentucky this weekend in the championship, but she's built the powerhouse. She's empowering so many young black girls to not only excel, as athletes, but to go into that field of coaching and to not to not be afraid to dive into that endeavor. Because I mean, like, for a long time you've seen like a lot of like white males, you've seen white women dominate the sport, but the sport, just like NBA and NFL, is kind of like majority African Americans are kind of like the majority of like the population. It's a little bit more mixed than the NBA and the NFL. But just shout out to Dawn Staley. She was like a very accomplished basketball player too. Like she was like one of the best women's basketball players in her time too. So she's just the overall inspiration. My little sister plays basketball and she's a big fan of South Carolina. So I know she's a big inspiration to her. So she's an inspiration to me, and she just got extended like 7 years, 22 million. Well deserved, and I'm going to be a big fan of Dawn Staley.
Didn't she
for as long as she keeps?
Did she
coaching.
win one as a coach or as a player? Didn't she win one?
She won one as a player too. She was a dog.
Yeah, I heard
she was
her.
A dog
They had
player.
a little spotlight on ESPN. I was watching I think it was Miami and NC State game the other day, women's basketball, and they said that Dawn Staley's coach gave her a piece of the championship net from when she won, and said, "Hey, like you like pass this on to the next coach." So they have like a sisterhood of coaches, like black women coaches, who are like just paving the way for everybody, and they all pass around these little nets, pieces of the net from the championship.
Yeah, that's dope. She's definitely paving the way, and like I said, like she's a woman in sports that inspires me, and plenty of other young girls out there that want to be just like her. So
Dabs.
Mine was Serena Williams.
Nice.
Very inspiring person. The biggest thing is, I don't think people people probably do grasp how dominant she was. Like, she literally, like, I was reading like this article, and it was like when Serena was like little, like I would say like 12 or 13 or whatever, she was like playing against like 16, 18-year-old men. Like, it was insane how talented Serena Williams was, and like a lot of it was like due to practice and all that stuff. But the biggest accomplishment, I really believe, is going into a space where Caucasians and like other races are more dominant in the sport, and like the resources, I would say, when Serena was growing up wasn't always there, due to like black athletes in general or kids that wanted to play tennis. It's kind of like a class sport, I would say. How dominant she was throughout this time period of her like success over like 20 years is ridiculous. Like, she won 73 career single titles, 23 double titles, and 2 mixed double titles. Like, this includes like 39 Grand Slam titles and 23 single titles. Like, she was a 4-time Olympic gold medalist. She has won over $94 million in career prize money in tennis. 94 million. And then that's more than any female athlete in the world ever. Like, Serena is like the epitome of what I think of as like a successful woman in the world of athletics. Huh?
You see the movie King Richard?
I did not watch.
see it, yeah.
I haven't seen it either.
that probably gonna make me cry.
Damn.
But yeah,
I gotta
dope.
watch that. That probably gonna make me cry.
Yeah, but Serena in real life was like a dog. She should be talked about like Tom Brady, like Tiger Woods. Like, she should be one of the greatest athletes to ever touch the face of the earth.
What's your thoughts on? Remember they were criticizing her about. I think she's very upset in that one match. I think she like threw her racket down.
She like broke her
or whatnot.
racket or something like that.
broke her
I
racket.
mean,
You remember that?
any
That's
person
passion,
of
bro.
color that shows any type of emotion is an irrational black person to the rest of the media. So, like, that doesn't
Preach.
surprise me. Like,
He's spit.
like that does not surprise me at all. If you
That was
show any
crazy,
type of
yeah.
emotion, we was talking about last podcast. Literally, just being like a minority, you have to be a different type of behavior than everybody else in the majority.
Crazy.
Which sucks, but like that's just the end of it. Like,
That's just a standard that they.
I mean,
try
y'all
to
grew up
push,
playing
but-
sports. Y'all already know. Like, y'all
You know,
y'all
yeah,
know.
some
Like,
of
we
the-
had to act totally different.
One of the most like racist things I've ever heard is people like talking about like, what if her and LeBron had a baby? Like, if you're
Like, they're like breeding like dogs.
Yes,
like
bro. If you say that shit, you need to fucking look yourself in the mirror and realize that you're fucked up.
Could you imagine if her and LeBron? had
That's
babies?
it.
Bro, he would
They
jump
had a
off the
baby.
fucking jet, dude.
If they had a baby, oh my god.
That'd be amazing.
Alright. Did everyone go?
yeah, everyone obviously on the lookout for more, dominant female athletes. Keep tuning in and support your women's sports when you can. If your team has like obviously if you have a college, go to their games. If you have a major team in your area or a professional team, go to their games and support women's sports because it's fun.
Watch women's
and
UFC. That shit's gas.
Gas.
Oh, it be
Rose
they be lit.
Rose
They be
Namajunas.
They,
lit.
honestly, most of the girls be throwing better than the
That's,
men in
that's
there, bro.
one. That is one
They be
sport I
throwing.
love.
I'd be like, wow, they be messed up. I'm like, wow.
Amanda
they really
Nunez about to
fighting.
come back for her shit.
Yeah, she better.
She about to come back and beat the fuck out of Juliana Pena. Oh
Uh,
my god.
But coming up next, we're gonna do two little kind of drafts, and we're gonna go around
love
three
drafts.
rounds each, and we're gonna name our top three female actresses. And the reason I want to do this is not because the men and women are like different in these fields, but mostly because there's this stigma around like masculinity in male circles that you can't like these things like more than maybe other typical masculine things when it comes to like female movies or typically more feminine like characters or obviously actresses. So
Y'all know how to cry. I be
just
crying.
shed some light on some of the OG, some of our favorite actresses, and then we're gonna get in some of our favorite chick flicks that y'all know y'all be watching when they come on, but y'all be hiding from y'all friends that y'all don't watch them because we are not scared around here, and y'all are a bunch of no, I'm not gonna call y'all names.
Peons.
Yeah, peons. So who wants to go? Who wants first overall pick? All right, so we're gonna do a draft of our favorite actresses. First overall will be Tunde. Second overall will be Josh. I'll be third. Dante will be fourth. We're doing this snake style, so Dante will double up on the back end. But
Bro, this is crazy.
yeah, let's get in.
We're doing based solely off skill, right?
This so wild.
Do whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
Do whatever you want, man.
Just skill.
We're not gonna criticize.
Go.
If whoever look,
1 second, let me pull up the ranks.
I feel like we going off skill.
Skill. Okay.
I'm going off it all. It's
Range.
everything.
But it might be everything
Go.
at this point because I'm the fourth pick, so I'm gonna just say somebody's name and they go like, "What?"
I'm gonna hit y'all with some OG shit. Y'all ain't even ready for it.
Tunde, with the first overall pick in the annual actresses draft, who are you selecting?
I'm coming in with an OG. We wanted to start our team with some experience, a lot of range. Obviously, a beautiful woman, and I'm gonna go with Angelina Jolie, first overall pick.
Angelina Jolie, first overall pick.
Yes, sir. She brings.
Yeah, we
class.
got Wanted, Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
She brings class to
She
our
popped
team.
into the MCU.
Tomb Raider was top tier.
Yep.
Tomb Raider, top tier.
Yep.
That sounds like a
Mr.
horny
and
pick
Mrs.
to me.
Hey, hold
Mr.
on
and
now.
Mrs. Smith.
We picked her
Was trying to
for
be Mr. Smith
a lot of
one
reasons.
day.
Dabs, you're up.
All right.
Hey,
Yep.
Halle Berry,
Yep.
okay.
Hey, give me Holly. Give me Holly Berry. Please. Please.
We're gonna get
Specifically, Catwoman. Holly Berry.
How do you spell it with an A or an E?
That terrible.
know,
You picked one of her worst movie. I'm surprised you didn't
No,
pick one of her
it's-
kidnapping
is that-
movies.
Holly Berry, the great. The GOAT.
Isn't it how it's spelled?
Yeah.
It's HALLE,
Oh,
right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah,
What's
that's
the
correct.
best
That's
Berry?
correct.
Halle Berry.
Yes, Tune. I'm looking at it right now.
That's a good pick, Dabs. All right, Dre.
True
Yeah,
cinema.
I'm
Winona
definitely
Ryder.
going. I'm definitely no right. Shut the fuck up. I'm definitely going a different route than you guys. And first overall, it's Viola. It's Viola Davis.
That's nice.
That's
That's classy. That's
that's
classy.
the answer.
I thought she was
That's
gonna
classy.
fall in
It's
this.
Viola. I knew when I got ahead of Tay I was good.
All right, we scrambling.
You are on the clock. You have a minute 30.
I'm saving my horny pick for fucking 3, though. I gotta be honest.
All right. So it's my pick.
Come on, Tay.
All right. This woman has had a lot of classics in her lifetime. She has left her mark on the film world. She is a great actress. With the 4th overall pick, we are going with none other than
Reach.
Sandra Bullock. Sandra Bullock.
Sandra Bullock.
That's not bad.
Have
you guys seen her in that?
She was in a
Tay,
lot
have
of
you
classics
seen,
back in the day. She was like
Have you
the
seen the
star
movie
girl.
with Matthew McConaughey? Samuel L. Jackson's in it too. Fuck, a time to lie, a time to die, or something like that.
Is it like a spy
it's
movie?
it's
on
like a
Netflix
lawyer
something?
movie. Oh my god, dude, she is.
You know, her and Viola was just in a movie together.
It's called A
A
Time to
series
Kill.
on Netflix.
Tay, tonight watch A Time to Kill if you love Sandra.
Bro, y'all know what I'm talking about? That short was either I think it's a film
No.
or it's either a series, but her and Viola was acting together in it. So your film.
Damn, Jay, organize your desktop, bro. God damn.
Oh,
All right, Tay, you're up again.
You hear me on his ass? Dabs?
No, don't do this to me, bro.
Hey.
Don't do this to me.
Hey, if you stay ready, you gotta
Brother,
get ready, Tay. Come on now.
Facts.
This is during this period, she shot two of the most iconic movies ever that are transcended even today. With my fifth, and I'm just going off of these two movies. I ain't going off what she currently doing right now, but just how they were in that period. She shot these back to back. I'm going with Rachel McAdams. She shot The Notebook and she shot Mean Girls, which are two of the most classic movies you can get.
Hell no. Bro, that's Darko. That's Darko.
I'm looking at this list and I'm like, I'm looking at what they're giving me. I'm like,
Gotta be Darko, bro. I'm sorry.
Big reach there by the boys at the end of the turn there.
This is what y'all get for giving me the fourth pick.
With the sixth overall pick in the draft, I am taking Charlize Theron.
Nice.
I love me some Charlize
That's not bad.
Theron. Mad Max, Hancock,
That's not bad.
Snow White. Charlize be in her bag.
That's not bad.
Dabs, you're up.
So, with mine, I'm going with
Laugh.
Anne Hathaway.
That's not bad.
Hathaway.
That's not bad.
Hathaway. Okay. Did she spell her name with an E at the end?
Yeah, it's 2 N's and an E. Don't fuck it up.
Don't fuck it up.
Is it? Let me know if I'm not spelling that right.
That's good. That's good.
Tune. We're at the turn again.
I get double
Some
picks.
big names
though.
off the board.
I get
Double
doubles?
picks. Yep.
All right, let me go. I got the. Ooh, I got fucking pick my last pick next time. All right, we're gonna go young here. We're gonna get some youngish youth right here. I'm gonna go with give me Jennifer Lawrence.
Nice. I mess with J Lo.
She good. She got range, boy.
The true J Lo in my mind. Not that. I don't even know how these people spell their name. It's probably wrong.
No, I think that's
Yeah.
fine.
Jennifer Lawrence be in her bag. Obviously, she was in Don't Look Up. She was in her bag and Don't Look Up.
She was in her bag in a Silver Linings
She was
Playbook
good.
too.
She was getting.
Yeah, she went dumb in that movie.
And we can never sleep on Hunger Games, obviously.
Hunger Games. Yeah, her performances, regardless of those movies, her performances are really good in those.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so last pick.
I hate having back to backs here because I feel like I want to see what
You gotta reach. You gotta reach.
Gonna have here.
Shut up. Make the pick.
And I think I want to. I wish we could do more, to be honest. Cause
We don't got time for more. So
I wish we did.
Nope.
All right, come on.
We are on a set schedule.
Let me go ahead. Ooh, I'm between two right here. What's the ticker on? What's the?
man, if you don't, there's no auto draft in the NFL draft. You just lose your
You
pick.
was rushing me.
Okay. I'm gonna go with. Give me Meryl Streep, an OG.
Okay.
An OG. That's a safe pick, I guess.
Oh, nah, niggas was on my head. You gotta hurry up.
I mean, she probably I feel like she's.
She got range.
She got range.
I feel like
yeah,
she's
yeah.
the top of the group. Like her and Viola, I feel like in terms of like drama, if you want a drama performance.
That's a good pick out of the third round. I'll take it, I guess. I mean,
All right. I'm gonna do.
She got Mamma Mia too.
You ready? You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Angela Bassett. Give me it.
That's a good pick, Dabs, but that's not who I. You really left someone.
I left somebody, but this is
left somebody that I'm surprised you left.
That's a
I had thought about Margot Robbie, obviously, but
Ugh.
she's not up there. She be in her bag. She can act.
I was
act her
about
ass
to.
off.
That's who I was gonna pick.
Is that who you thought he was talking about?
No.
Yeah.
And I'm about to draft her right now because my sleeper, I would just pick her up in free agency. I can't believe Dabs left me Natalie Portman, bro.
I almost took Natalie.
I can't believe Dabs left me Natalie Portman. And I would take that all day.
That was
after
my
Tay
pick.
I got a sleeper pick. I got a sleep. We doing a sleeper pick or not?
Yeah, we can each get a UDFA. All right, Tay. Last overall pick.
So, it's between two, and I think they'll make up for the. I was drawing a blank with names, but I think they'll make up for what I'm going to choose with. What is this? The 9th pick. I'm gonna go with Sarah Paulson.
Who?
Good actress. Just as Sarah Paulson, just off her acting ability.
Hell no.
All right.
Get the fuck out
She's
of here.
a good actor. She's a good actor.
And TV shows. Bitch ain't winning.
It's acting, nigga.
Sorry. Ain't winning the Oscar or nothing.
Talk to him.
Emmy? That's not
I don't
an
care.
Emmy. Not a major award. She won an Emmy.
You got it, bro.
All right, Dabs, who'd you want in free agency? You don't have to have a free agent, but you sound like you really wanted someone. So
I do, and
Get me a free agent too.
I'm gonna do this because Weaver, Sojourner Weaver.
Nice,
Give it
classic.
Give it to me.
That
I gotta have won this. Like,
let me see your team.
It's easy.
who?
Sojourney.
Weaver. Sojourner.
Sojourney Weavers.
Who is that?
Nigga, you don't know
Look it up.
Sojourney Weavers?
Look it up. It's gonna fuck you up.
Alien.
Avatar.
Avatars.
I don't watch movies.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Let me get mine.
Should be in her bag. I fuck with her.
Yeah.
Let me
I
get
gotta
mine.
have won this.
I'm about to hit this girl should never fell outside the second round at least. Jennifer Aniston.
Jennifer Gass. She was on Friends.
Um,
You really gassed that pick up, bro. And I'm about to wipe the floor.
Mid. Hey, kill him.
Kill him.
Jennifer Aniston been in some
Because-
shits.
You ain't even black
No.
no more after that. Take
Jennifer
your black
Aniston
card.
is so,
Take your black
like,
card. They ain't had one
she's
black person.
fine.
No. Shut up. They ain't had one black person on
That's
Friends.
racist, Tay.
And you want to claim you black? We taking
We are
your
the
card.
Millers.
Bro, that's the type of movie
Anyway.
she did.
Hey yo, I think
Exactly.
hey,
Nobody remember her from
look
that.
at her shit. I think that might have been.
You talk and you
I think that might have
said,
been
Yeah, that's a
horny pick.
nasty ass
I
pick.
think that might have been a horny pick, bro.
man, get out of here with that, man.
Anyway,
Get outta here.
That might have been a horny pick, bro.
I'm gonna pick
Jennifer
up a
Aniston.
UDFA here, and y'all know I gotta pick up my baby Jessica Chastain, Molly's
You love her.
Game,
She fire.
Molly's Game,
She fire.
Interstellar, The Martian. Jessica Chastain be in her
a good
bag,
actor.
in
That's a
her
good pick.
Good
I
actor.
fucked up. I got horny, man. Fuck.
Yeah, your list.
Yeah, she be in her
your
bag.
list isn't
She be in
terrible,
her
but
bag.
My list
that
is
was a
amazing.
terrible- That was a terrible pickup at the end.
My list
there.
is. I think out of all these lists,
I
my
think
list beats
Angelina.
everyone's.
I think Angelina is a nasty first overall
You
pick. but-
gassed Jennifer Aniston.
Angelina Jolie's a nasty first overall pick.
Yes, first overall. First overall.
You
Yes.
gassed Jennifer Aniston,
Bro, who won, bro?
I think
Wait,
I
did
won.
Tate
Let,
win?
let's
Let us know
leave-
in the comments.
Yeah,
Tell
go
who
in
you
the
want for
comments.
free agency.
Let us
Tell
know.
who you want free agency.
Can I drop my free agency pick, bro?
No, you signed him to a contract.
right now.
They signed.
I got horny, bro.
Let me go based off
He
accolades.
said I got horny and picked Meryl Streep.
You know what I'm saying?
No, not Meryl Streep. nigga. Jennifer Aniston, bro.
Oh no.
Damn. I still think my starting three is very strong.
Jennifer.
Bro, I gotta have one. There's no way.
No, Holly Berry ain't got that much.
I think
What?
I'm right there. Yeah, Halle Berry's not a good actor. Like you did,
Yeah.
that was a horny
Huh?
pig.
That was a-
a mad horny pig. Like, bro,
Didn't she?
name
She
me
won an
five.
Oscar?
Name me how you were talking about Catwoman, that nasty ass Catwoman movie. Shut up before I call Zoe Kravitz.
You did say Catwoman. You did say Catwoman.
Bro, we got Angelina Jolie
You
was
did.
in Kung Fu
You did
Panda.
say Catwoman.
Come
That
on,
movie was
man.
terrible.
Malice.
Tay, who you picking
Yes,
up
she
in
was
Free
Tigress.
Agency?
She was Tigress,
She was in Shark Tale.
bro. Don't say that was one of her like most pro.
What'd you say, Tay?
Who we don't got on the list?
Can't believe this. Can't believe I'm getting talked down on.
Like, and then like this is another one where it's just like this is just like this is like another actress like the Rachel McAdams pick. Like I don't know what she's doing like now acting wise, but like in her
Not
time, like
shit.
that's all like the media and everything was talking about. I'll go with Reese Witherspoon.
Oh no, that's a good pickup. That's a nice one.
Hell no, nigga.
Bro, let me just defend Halle Berry real quick.
Bro,
She was in Monsters
No,
Ball.
we're not.
Ev-
No,
Listen, no.
New
She was in
segment.
Monsters
New
Ball,
segment. Skip.
X-Men,
Skip.
every X-Men movie that made us like X-Men.
X-Men movies weren't good.
She was in Boomerang.
She was bummy.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
You're not even saying good Holly
She was
Berry
in
movies.
Robots?
Hardball.
What's she
Hardball. Say
Hey,
hardball.
what
if
she
you're
won an
saying a
Oscar
movie.
for?
I ain't get there yet.
What did she win an
She was
Oscar
in Boomerang.
for?
She was in all our great movies, bro. She was in Robots as a voice actor.
Bro,
Robots
you took her
Dodie.
second overall.
Bro,
That's probably worse than Toon's first overall. Angelina.
how was
now that I
mine
look at it.
bad? We got Plain Gold.
Hold on, she said she
Y'all
won.
hating on our
They
black
said she
queens.
won.
I can see it.
She won Best Actress.
Gone in 60 seconds,
Angela
Andre.
Bassett
She won
deserves to
Best
be
Actress
higher
in
than
2001
Halle
for
Berry.
Monsters Ball.
It's okay. I got her in the third round. Good pickup. Pick up in the
Dre,
third.
you got the least.
I mean, we
team,
was
bro.
doing it kind of all around. We did
Yeah,
acting
'cause my
and
team
looks.
actually
I'm
knows
pretty
how to
sure
act.
Dabs
Natalie
dropped.
Portman. I should have grabbed Natalie.
I drafted all the way around.
No,
all around
wouldn't have
talent.
been able to have Natalie.
I think but
My
some,
team's so strong.
What
Meryl
do you
Streep.
mean?
Meryl
Natalie,
Streep.
Jessica, and Charlize are all beautiful people.
Bro, Sandra
Viola,
in her prime was,
beautiful
like,
black woman.
one of the
and then
most-
we got acting out of our ass.
I don't know, man.
Bro,
I think mine a little better than yours.
Sandra in her prime was one of the most talked about
Who the best
actresses.
I think that.
For sure
I
not
think.
Tay.
I
It's
think
for sure not
Jennifer
Toon.
Lawrence. I think Jennifer Lawrence beats Natalie Portman. Meryl Streep beats Viola, and Angelina Jolie beats Theron.
Bro, nobody's
Head to
touching
head.
Viola. Nobody's touching Viola.
Meryl
Nobody.
Streep.
That's racist.
Nobody.
No.
Oh, you take that one, and I get the other
That's
two.
racist.
I win still.
They come.
Bro, you aren't beating with Angelina
Bro,
Jolie.
nobody did.
Natalie Portman
Bro,
gave me Pirates of
nobody
the
did-
Caribbean. She gave us Star Wars.
That's
she gave
it.
us.
Star Wars is mid.
She gave the Black Swan. She gave us all the movies.
Did you
bro.
watch
You are
Black
outside of your
Swan?
mind.
Did you watch Black
Yep.
Swan?
Yep.
No, you did not.
Yep.
Cap.
Yep.
You gave me
Yep.
3 movies. I give you 6.
I gave you
with Angelina.
trilogies.
Bro.
Fire trilogies.
Tomb Raider, Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Dude, anyone can look up
Salt.
the list that you have
The
pulled up on your
Tourist.
screen right now.
I
Like,
ain't got no list on my
Them
screen.
horny movies. Horny alert.
Everybody started talking.
Horny alert.
That is crazy.
She,
Let the comments talk then. Please comment,
Them
y'all.
horny movies
Yeah,
you pick.
let
If
me
you
hear what
if you
y'all
listening,
got.
if you watching, comment right now on who's got the best list. Cause this ain't gonna be over till we have a winner. So help us out.
bro, I need some respect for Holly, bro.
Tune picked
No.
a horny list, except for Meryl Streep.
Dabs and Tay, you're not even in the conversation, bro. Go enjoy your
What?
list by yourself.
You picked Jennifer Lawrence. Jennifer Lawrence ain't touching none of these people on my list. Not one
Anne
person.
Hathaway's. She's beating Anne
Jennifer Lawrence
Hathaway's.
is,
You're not being Anne Hathaway. You crazy?
Jennifer Lawrence is a better actor than Halle Berry, bro.
Yes, yes. I forgot about Halle Berry.
Better actor than Holly.
Hey,
That's
hey,
the one. That's
hey,
the one.
I'll
That
tell you
is
what
the-
you're not
that
better
is the
than.
only one.
That was a horny pick, bro.
That's the only.
Tay,
that's
you-
the only
Tay,
one
you
where
stop
she
talking.
is better.
Tay,
but the other, but the,
Tay,
but the
disconnect
other
your
two.
mic, bro.
You're not
Yo.
fucking with the other
Sarah
two.
Paulson, bro.
She's not fucking with the third.
Sarah
My
Paulson.
undrafted free agent.
Come on, bro. Bro, you
Get
don't
outta
like
here, bro.
Sarah Paulson.
I
That's
watched
your
American
opinion.
Horror
You
Story.
don't like Sarah Paulson.
I watched it.
I
What else
watched
she got?
American
What else she
Horror
got?
Story.
What else she
I
got?
watched it.
That's what I thought.
I don't know. She won an Emmy for it.
Next
won an
segment,
Emmy.
bro.
She won an Emmy for
it. So we're gonna be quick in this one because we have a lot to talk
We
about.
might not be.
We have a lot to talk about in the NFL, but let's
see the tune trash takes in the NFL like
All
Kyler
right.
last week.
let's just go around and give, since we're talking about female actresses, or well, all actresses are females, I guess, but talk about some of our favorite, I guess, quote unquote chick flicks to watch that are good movies, but guys like to act like they don't watch or enjoy or something like that. Yeah,
Yes.
let's draft it up. Let's draft it up.
Yes.
But let's be quick. I don't need y'all.
I got time today. I got time.
You said draft it up?
Yeah.
Look how Dre, stop sharing your screen. You too quick with this, bro. Look at Dre. Like Picasso. I like it. Dre, I really thought you was making these on Excel somehow. I don't know why I thought that. Is this a template you use or?
No, I made it because I'm a
You
genius.
can't make this shit, man.
I'm my mama.
Your
Why
mama
you
still been
think that's
listening to the
hard?
show?
Every week.
What'd she say? She said I'm her favorite. I'm gonna text her right now. Who your favorite on the show? She gonna say Team. Well, did Matt listen?
All right. Yeah, Matt listens every week too.
I'm probably Matt's favorite too.
Chris said you always got some bullshit to say.
I do always have some bullshit to say. How was that euchre tournament?
It was good. All right. So we're going to draft up our favorite chick flicks that y'all be acting like y'all don't watch at home. But we're just going to reverse the order. So
That's
Tay's going to go
crazy.
first.
That's crazy.
I mean, that's crazy. You just went first.
do the
Just 'cause you
randomizer.
can be first.
Randomize it. I'm sorry.
No, we're going to just flip it.
That's bullshit.
I'm with you.
So
Sid.
first overall on the chick flick draft,
Oh my god.
we
Change
got
the name. Change
we
the name.
got
to
we
Chick
got
Flicks.
Dante. You're right.
Half of these ain't gonna be chick flicks.
Hey, we'll see how it go. Dante, what you got for me?
The Notebook.
Ass. Very, very. What is that called? It's performative.
Very performative. Yeah, I can't wait to see what you say.
You ever seen that movie?
The Notebook, yes. That is that very good movie.
Sure.
Tell the story through a lens of an old man reliving his life as a youth, trying to get his girl back. Yeah, cinema. And then she dying of dementia. They die together on the bed. Come on, man.
Sure.
I've actually never watched that movie.
What? It's okay.
I've just seen it in pieces. It's one of those movies I've seen, but I haven't seen. You know when you watch it a few times, like the first 30 minutes. Yeah.
Come on, Joe. Let's see it.
But second overall, easy pick, Mean Girls. Mean Girls is so fire. That is a great movie. I don't know how someone can watch that and say they don't like it. It is hilarious.
My girl would love you for saying that. That's her favorite movie.
That's one of Matt's favorite movies. Matt loves that
That's
movie.
Matt's favorite movie? That's crazy.
It's not his favorite,
Hey,
but
shut up, Matt.
me and my mom and Matt, my mom's boyfriend, be watching Mean Girls all the time.
Yo, wow.
Dabs.
He's still goofy. Because Dab doesn't really get in touch with his emotions. He probably don't have a lot.
I'm very
Bro, I
emotional.
don't watch them
You
either.
ain't emotional.
I got Titanic. Fuck all y'all. I
Motherfucker,
win.
fuck you.
I win.
That's a chick flick?
Yeah, I
Absolutely.
tried as a chick flick. That was on my list. Fuck you, fuck me.
What?
I hate Titanic. I'm not going to lie.
That's crazy.
It's just not giving.
It is giving a lot. Dabs, I
Not
appreciate
really
that
to
pick a
me.
lot.
I won.
Three,
Hey,
some,
not
three.
long enough. I'm gonna watch this tonight.
That's
You
for
are
sure.
not going to
You
watch
got
it
it.
tonight.
You got it.
Yes, I will.
You got it. Yeah, hey, so
Yeah.
much for a card. You got it.
Give me a little bit for my British family out there in it. Give me Love Actually in it. Y'all know about that. Y'all don't know about Love Actually in it.
You're right, and I'm not about to find out. Anyway, what's your second pick?
Terrible writing. They're terrible.
You know, we gotta have some little McConaughey's. So give me failure to launch.
That's the McConaughey movie you pick?
Yes, sir. Out of what? What else are we gonna do? Fool's Gold?
Yeah, we gonna find out. No.
Another McConaughey's movie? Oh, you gonna do that one Christmas
Yes.
bitch? You gonna do that one Christmas
No,
bitch?
no. Anyway, go ahead. Go ahead, Dad.
Wait, no! Wait!
Yeah,
Go back to me. Go back to me.
Yeah,
No, go back to me.
No, Dabs, your turn, Dabs. You passed up.
Damn.
Up. You done messed up.
I'm thinking
I'm
of something
passing
else.
it. Like, give me 10 things I hate about you.
Get.
Who's in that?
Bro, you wait. Okay. Let's just forget what Toon said. Julia Stiles, Heath Ledger's in that bitch.
Oh yeah, I know that one. Yeah, I know that. Yeah. Tunde picked the wrong McConaughey movie. It's How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Easily.
I don't know, man. Those two are neck and neck.
Tay, what you got for me?
The little when we were kids, little Disney chick
Ass.
flick. But this, shut up. This woman right here had us thinking that the whole country was real. I'm going with the Princess Diaries.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad, Tay.
Ooh, that's a nice one. That's a nice one. I don't know.
That's the one with Anne Hathaway, right?
That's not bad.
I don't
Nice,
know if
nice.
that's a chick flick though.
Tay,
I would say so.
Tay, you
I'd say so.
Tay, you got to close out strong here, though.
Taylor's really placate. Like it's for the people. It's for the people for sure.
Well, I can't.
All right, Tay, what you got for this turn?
No, you don't.
What you got for the turn?
You got to close out strong, Tay.
I don't know how people gonna feel about this. I don't know if y'all ever watched this movie, but another Disney movie. My mom, my sister, they love it.
Kicking and screaming.
Whenever I'm home, it's pretty much home. But Enchanted with Amy Adams, really good.
Get the
Y'all ain't
fuck
ever
outta
checked
here.
out Enchanted, pretty good.
You're done. You were doing so good. You were doing so good, too.
Bro, Toon,
so
shut
good.
up. Your list is trash.
My list is fine.
The Notebook is beating Love Actually. Never heard of it. The Princess Diaries is beating Failure to Launch.
You're not
Never
cultured
heard
like
of
me
it.
in it.
Bro, I don't watch chick flicks.
So I'm a little bit torn here on this pick, but oh god,
Don't
damn,
drop
there's
the
so
ball,
many
bud.
good chick flicks. There's so many good chick flicks.
Please.
I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I should placate the audience or if I should go for something that I like. Nah,
on, Junior.
I'll go. I'll do both. I'm gonna go 50 First Dates.
Is that Adam Sandler?
Yeah, Drew Barrymore.
Ass.
You
Alright.
bugging.
I'm not an Adam Sandler.
I'm so sick you picked that, bro. That shit was the coldest movie when I was, bro. I don't care what nobody say. I was fucked up about that movie. That shit was sad. That shit was so sad, bro. And I literally, just when you said it, it unlocked so many memories in my fucking head. Oh my God. He had to wake up every fucking day.
Every day until it showed him how much she loved him. Every day. Or
Yeah,
she loved
that's-
her.
You fucked me up with that one. God damn. Whew. Should I go with popular or should I go with that one? I'm doing Legally Blonde.
That is.
That's a good one.
alright.
That's a good one.
alright.
Nah, you bugging too.
That's all
Does it have an
right.
E at the end?
Yes,
blonde?
blonde, bro. Come on, you my
You can spell
Wordle.
blonde without an E.
We using that tomorrow on Wordle.
S6 letters, stupid.
No, it's fucking not. It
Blonde
is.
with the E is
It
6
I'm
letters.
sorry, I'm sorry. All right. So,
All right, Toon, pick your last pick, bro.
There-
Lose another draft.
No, I didn't lose the first one. There's one I can go with that could placate to everyone, but I'm gonna go with my heart, and I'm gonna say She's the Man.
That's the one with. Oh, that's the one Amanda Bynes, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good. And she goes and plays like soccer.
Yep.
Is that the one? Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
She fall in love with Channing Tatum, and they playing soccer together.
Was it? It was Channing Tatum. It wasn't Channing Tatum.
It was Channing Tatum. Yes, sir.
No way.
Yes, sir. Look it up. That's a great movie. Y'all don't know about Little Love Actually.
It was Channing.
That's why my shit is slacking But Dabs took Titanic from me. I was gonna grab Titanic and then go Love Actually, and then She's the Man.
I thought about, speaking of Channing Tatum, and this was gonna be a personal pick, not a crowd pick. I was about to do Step Up, the OG one. I love that movie.
No, I love Step Up 3D. When Moose was in that bitch dancing in the water.
That's 2. 2 is when he was in the water.
No, that's 3 when he dancing in the water.
2.
It's 3.
This for the black people. With
Google.
Loving basketball as a chick flick.
Yeah,
I was for sure. That was on my list. That was on my list too.
Yeah, Loving Basketball.
It's for sure 2. It's for sure 2
With
when they
Moose
were
dancing in the water.
Yes, Step Up to the Streets. Yes, he was in the water in the second one.
Step Up 3, Moose.
I can't believe I didn't say Loving Basketball.
Look up Step Up 3, Water Dance. Google it. Share it on the screen. Share it on the screen. When he dancing in the water at the dance battle.
It's Step Up 2. It's
Step Up 3.
It's Step Up 2. I'm looking at it right now.
I'm looking at Step Up 3 right now.
You're lying. You're literally lying.
How do I share my screen?
You're literally lying.
How do I share my screen?
It say it right there. Share.
Put your right hand up right now to God and tell me that you are not lying right now. Okay. Right. Exactly.
No, it's Step Up 3. All right, what song is it to? Dancing, getting in and move.
Step Up 2, the final dance scene.
No, Step Up 3, the water dance. I'm talking about in the water.
This is it.
Does he dance in water twice?
If you're talking about the water one, this is the one you're talking about.
No, I have another one. I got Water 2 on my screen.
Look, you are talking about the right one. This is the right answer. This is the right answer.
For all audio listeners, they got YouTube videos up at Step Up 2 right now.
Wait. No, look up Step Up 3 Water.
It's Step Up 2.
Look up Step Up 3 Water Dance. He do it in the water.
No one cares about that one. Step Up 2 is the one everyone wants.
That's my favorite.
Yeah. Anyway. That's a chick flick draft. Let us know in the comments on whatever app you're on. Who had the best team.
Love Actually.
What did we leave off of
the
here? But next up is we're gonna get into the Batman just came out.
Oh yeah.
And we all went and saw it. Right. So we're gonna have a little bit of conversation about the Batman without any spoilers, because some of y'all should have seen it, hopefully, with all the hype.
Y'all lazy if you can see it.
Yeah, get off. I guess all right, so here's how we're gonna rate movies. And we're gonna go around the horn first and give our rating of the movie, and it's a 1 or 2 thing. Like we're not rating out of 10 right here. When a movie comes out and we all go see it, it gets the rating matinee or it gets see it today. You either how when movie theaters do the matinee, if you go before 5 o'clock, you save. It's only $5 to go, or like a Tuesday night or something like that. Some odd time, the price is way cheaper. That's matinee. You don't need to see it. See it today. I don't care. You gonna have to pay the $10-11 to see it. So we're gonna start with you, Davs. Matinee or see it today? The Batman, Robert Pattinson.
All right, definitely see it today. 100%. Best Batman movie ever to be made. Best portrayal of Batman of any comic book movie ever. Robert Pattinson killed it.
Pattinson.
He the man.
You fucking fuck.
Okay. Sorry, I did not pronounce the European name of that man. Right. Sorry, my brother. Yeah. Buddy killed it. The Riddler killed it. Everybody killed it. It was great casting all the way around. It wasn't too dark. It was one of the movies that I gotta watch it again. Like, I gotta buy it on Blu-ray. I gotta watch it one more time. Like, it was so thought out. I don't know if it's because it took so long or whatever it was. And I don't know. This is not a spoiler. If it is a spoiler, skip the next 10 seconds. That Batmobile was the coldest goddamn Batmobile ever. All right.
Was it a GT? Was it a Ford GT?
That bitch was a Hellcat engine straight from Detroit.
Wasn't.
Yes, it
It
was.
was a
I
Ford
heard
GT.
it.
I'm
I heard
positive.
it. I've heard enough Hellcats to know it
Oh
had the
my! Here
wine. It
we
had the
go.
supercharged
Here we
wine.
go. You sure it
It
wasn't
was a
a
Charger.
GT, a Ford
No, it
GT?
was a Charger. It was an old Charger, and that bitch
That
had
was
the
G-Mac
Hellcat engine.
Cash.
Yeah, yeah.
We on
Real
the
talk,
lodge with
bro.
it.
The Batmobile had its own scene where it just something happened in the movie theater. I don't know if it's because I'm in Michigan and Detroit. Something happened. I don't know what it was. Niggas ran. The Batmobile was different. That's all I gotta say.
All right. Tune matinee or see it today.
All right, so we don't see it today, and I agree with everything Dab said. It was an amazing movie. I love the pacing of it, how we got to get deep into Batman. I love how it didn't show, like, it went through, like, the background of who the Batman is, but it didn't waste time showing that. It let us see Batman living through that past. Like Dab said, the Batmobile was fucking sick. I think the villains were great. I love the Penguin. I don't think that's a spoiler saying that he's in there. I love the Penguins for.
I did not know the actor was playing him. I
It's
did
Colin
not know
Farrell.
that's who
It's Colin
that
Farrell.
was. Yeah,
Well,
I did not know that.
He needed an award. The makeup artist needed an award for that. I don't know what the fuck that was, but that shit fucked me up.
So my thing about Batman is that the MCU is great. You know, they're fighting aliens and shit, and obviously, like, the DC universe gets into aliens and extraterrestrials and super beings.
What'd you say?
Like that.
Extra what?
Extraterrestrials?
Yeah, correct him
Did I
because
say
he
that right?
said I fucked up. Patterson.
My bad. Cut that. But I love when it's just like him fighting like the mob, corruption, like that shit remind me of Kwame Kilpatrick, Detroit, fucking circa 2005, baby. That shit's fire to me.
I do want to say better than like 80% of Marvel movies. That movie was. I'm sorry. I'm a big Marvel fan too, but
I love the realism of it. Like, it was amazing. I got to give my flowers to fucking Catwoman. Oh my god, I went to go see it with my girl, and I'm looking at her like,
where E?
Yeah,
E
knows, because she's now my number 2 after Anna
Wait,
Diarnes.
he's your number 2? Oh, I was about to say.
No. I'm talking about actresses. It goes Anna Diarnes. Anna Diarnes, and then is her name Zoe Kravitz?
Yeah, Zoe Kravitz.
Zoe Kravitz. That's my number 2. But the one I do have to give a little criticism on it. I thought that the cop. I know he's a good actor. I know that Gordon.
Gotta play Gordon.
I know that Gordon is a great actor. The guy who plays him is a great actor. But I feel like his voice and the way he was like acting, I feel like he thought that he had to do the Batman voice. Like, no, like his voice was ridiculous for me. Like the way he was talking.
You wow. You wow.
Gordon?
You were wild for saying that. Hunger Games.
Yeah, I think he's in Westworld too, right?
Westworld? It seemed like a little much for me coming from him. Yep.
But he was acting his ass off.
That was one of my gripes. And then the slow, like, Robert Pattinson was an amazing Batman, but some of the slow walking, I've never walked into a room before and slow walked. So, I mean, if I had to pick out something to be negative about, that would be it.
That's how good the movie was. He picked out the motherfucker. Yes. I don't know what. The fuck
exactly. That's how good the movie was. I had to put out some bullshit, but amazing movie. Go ahead, Tay. Go ahead. You got it, Dion.
Walking. All right. See it today. That's all. See it today. See it the next minute, the next hour.
I might go see it tomorrow.
Yeah, see it today.
I'm on lunch break.
To review what Toon was saying, I loved Commissioner Gordon. I loved to the point where I was just like, at one point, I didn't know he was black until I looked at his hair, and I was like, oh, well, he's doing such a good job at, you will always probably
that's performative. You like him just because he's black.
Commissioner Gordon was based off his performance. You would have thought that he was always black, but he did good. I feel like they definitely. And a lot of like superhero movies, you don't really see them give depth to like pretty much every character that touched the screen. But like in this movie, everybody had depth. Everybody had a story to tell. They had a little bit of background, and I love that aspect of the movie where we weren't just like where we were getting man, but we were also getting to know these co-stars, these side characters as well. What were you about to say, Dabs?
That's funny you say that because I feel like this is Batman was the only Batman that it was about Batman. Really? Like the whole thing was about like the
It was
Star Wars
about
Batman.
it was about Batman, but they did a good job of building around him. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
They did a
I
good
should have
job
used
of building
fucking
around him to
Twilight
where
Breaking Dawn as one of my movies, but I digress.
yeah, they did a good job. It was about Batman, but they did a good job of building around him to build him up because like you know I don't think this is like a spoiler, but like it's 2 years and he's been Batman. So I mean
That's
like
a spoiler.
I don't think so. He said
that's
it
not
there.
really a spoiler.
I'm joking. I'm fucking with you.
Fuck these people. They should have been watching
So we
this shit.
gotta
It's
cut
been like
now because you want to be funny.
You don't have to cut.
Anyway, anyway, but like, yeah, I was initially I was looking at runtime. Dre sent us a TikTok and it was like 2 hours, 55 minutes. And usually when you see a runtime that long, you just worried about like, are some parts in the movie going to be like too slow? Are they not going to explain some things? And like I will say like, well, never mind, that's a spoiler. But 2 hours and 55 minutes was just right. I don't think they could have gone any less or any more. So I think that it was to explain everything. I love the music that went along with the Batman as well. Whenever they whenever he came on to the scene, like you felt like the intensity, you felt like his presence whenever he came on, and and then I like what I don't think anybody has like maybe Dav's talked about it a little bit, but like you really in this movie you see like Batman being a detective. And like they call him the world's greatest detective.
Yes,
and you
sir.
see him
Yeah,
putting
it
in
was
the work.
With the riddles,
see-
then I say, "Yep."
With the
ants.
riddle, with the
Quick.
trying to be Batman and to do his best in saving the city. You see him trying to be the world's detective, so no one gets hurt, and he can solve these riddles to save the day and everything. But see it now, see it the next, like I said, next minute, next hour, whenever you get a chance and you're available, see the movie.
I think Batman could have hit the weight room a little more.
I mean, I think it just kind of like leans it because I guess I'll go is that I'm like I can't stand Batman for the most part, and it's mostly his fans that rub the character wrong for me.
prep time.
But
prep time. You hate prep time.
yeah, I hate that. Like, and I think they did a good job like humanizing him. And yeah, maybe he could have hit the weight, but like Batman also is like superhuman like speed in terms of his character. So it's like, how do you have like the strength and the speed and all these things, whatever. But I do like how he was a young Batman and they portrayed that well in the show, and how he was still learning a lot and he was exhausted, and they kind of humanized him. Like he had to wear like sunglasses when he went outside, and just like how this would actually like weigh on a person. And like Alfred was really good in my opinion. And
Alfred.
They really like leaned into him, like you said, him being a detective, which I love. And the music was fire. When he was coming into the room, like it was like the Star Wars, like the March of the Empire song, pretty much. Like him walking into the room.
So fire.
That was the sound was awesome. Obviously I'm gonna say see it today. I think it was a great installment. And I'm probably gonna go replay the Arkham games now because
nice. You
it
used to love those when we were younger. Like I think you were a freshman. I was a sophomore. You used to love those games.
Those games are so good. If you haven't played the Arkham games, the Batman Arkham Asylum, Arkham Knight, Arkham City, those games are so good.
So I got a question for you guys. Where do you guys think we go from here?
Well, they said, I think in the article they said that they aren't like looking for. They're trying to make their own Batman universe. They aren't trying to extend the DCU, and I like that because I feel like I don't think DC. I think DC is too far to copy.
That's
Marvel
what Elena was saying.
blueprint.
Yeah.
I don't think they should do what they and maybe down the line, but like make their own universe. Get that consistent and have certain movies where they turn.
So who we fighting? Who we fighting next then?
I think that
obviously they had Joker. They had Joker at the end.
Bro, the whole like.
Oh wait,
my bad. Whatever Tunde just said, I cut it out. We're probably gonna have skipped past that. You're probably gonna be hearing this now, but I do think I love how the Riddler wasn't like gimmick. Like, don't get me wrong, Jim Carrey's Riddler, for what those movies are, his Riddler is goated for that character. But I loved how the Riddler was like a serial killer type entity as opposed to like this. I don't know, like super like cracked out dude that's like hyper and all the time.
I will say about the Batman universe, if they do go that route where it's so much story behind Batman, and like what like he raises like with like Robin, Nightwing, Red Hood. Like they go
Man,
in
there's so
that
much better to
direction.
go into.
Oh, if we go in that
They
direction,
they go that direction. It's gonna be
Just stay
goated.
in
I'm
that
talking like
universe.
8
ooh,
movies
Just stay
bro,
there.
and
Night,
Harry
Red
Potter too.
Hood. Red Hood is
Red Hood,
crazy.
yeah.
Red
They
Hood is
Yeah,
Batman
if they
crazy.
went
Beyond at the end.
Killing Joke would be fire.
I
Oh
don't
my
I don't know
goodness.
if y'all seen this, but like like in the beginning of the year we were supposed to get like 4 DC movies. They like basically like pushed back like most of them to 2023. So I don't know if like they seen like
I'm gonna go see
after
this shit again
hearing the
right now.
reception of Batman, and like they kind of looking down like, oh, we kind of got to come hard a little bit harder just based off of what the Batman did, because I think not Shazam, I think Black Adam got pushed
Hmm.
back to October. I think Aquaman is late. I think Aquaman is still slated for this year, but I think it's later. I know
Did
Flash got pushed back too.
Did you guys see
Flash
the
got,
preview before the movie? Like the whole like all the DC movie coming out? Are they? Do you think they're aiming to do like a universe thing, or
I,
they?
I
I
don't
don't,
think I don't think the
They
universe
had
thing is
a
gonna work.
preview with all of them
it's
together. You
not
saw
gonna
that,
work
right?
because it's not. I feel like it's not gonna work because they're gonna try to catch up with Marvel. Like they're gonna introduce like I don't really know like the big bads like that, but I know the main big bad PCU is Darkseid. So I feel like they're gonna try to rush that. Like
I thought we already
that's
fought
something
that.
where you,
I thought we already fought his ass.
bro. It's the
Who
Snyder
was
cut.
that
That was the
in
Snyder
Snyder
cut.
Cut?
He
It was a
was in
Snyder.
it, but
The
that
thing is
was
with Marvel is like Marvel's blueprint was basically like you fall in love with these characters, and then the Avengers was like damn near like after I don't know how many movies, but like DC literally just
Well, it's
threw
because
Justice League
Marvel
in
didn't
there.
have the hype when it first started building these characters, so they didn't know they could just rush to Avengers. Whereas
and
DC
like
knows there's a collective of people that will galvanize around these movies. So like, oh fuck, we have to get to the Justice League. Whereas like
Yeah.
Marvel, they didn't have when they made Iron Man, no one knew who he was fighting. Like,
My girl said like she is the biggest like Marvel fan. Like she just loves fucking Marvel, just from the MCU, just from the movies, like not comics or anything like that. But like we got done watching the movie, she looked over at me and she was like, "Yeah, fuck Marvel. I love DC now." Like this movie, like
Bro, that
really,
movie was better than a lot of
it
Marvel
flipped her.
movies.
I
It
mean,
flipped
like
her.
I will say this, like a lot of Marvel movies and with like context, like they aren't. A Marvel is like gets their like hype, their following based off of like hype the MC and everything like that. But based off of like context and like storytelling, it's really not that telling and everything. Like you're not gonna get
Yeah.
like that
it's super
development.
formulaic. Like,
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
owned by Disney, so like
yeah.
they can only do so much.
Yeah,
So like that
that
When
mob shit cold.
Batman was in the alley, he was like, beat,
bro, he
beat,
was gunning niggas
beat. I
down.
was like, they would
That
never give
mob
me
shit
that. They would
cold.
never give me that. They gave me that in Daredevil, and that was it. They ain't giving me
Bat-
no more.
Batman was getting some people killed too, no spoilers, but he was getting some like normal like actor like just fighting people. Like he was getting them killed low key. He looked
I
at
mean, it
Buddy
was.
about to shoot, moved out the way, and knew Buddy was behind him. Like that's damn near killing somebody, bro. Like I don't care what
Hey,
nobody say.
Yeah, fire movie.
All
Go
right.
see it today,
Yeah.
tomorrow.
See it today, no
I
matinee.
just look at the movie time just to make sure I can go see it right now.
You also said you're gonna go watch Titanic,
I'm gonna do
so
both. I got a
yeah.
nice
You always
list
saying
going.
you about to do something. After this.
Anyway, so that's our pop culture for today. We got through our chick flicks, our actors. See it today, the Batman, Robert Pattinson, and we're gonna finish up today with some football, some sport ball.
Good.
All right. So this past weekend we had the combine. Obviously, a lot of people were trying to stamp their tickets in the NFL draft. And I don't know I don't know if you guys felt there was any big risers or fallers. If you did watch, this was the first year they had fans. I really wish I could have gone. I had tickets, but I didn't. I don't think it would have been like some great time, but it would have been nice to like hang out and probably see in person. But
Got fucked up.
anyway, I don't know if you guys saw any see anything that confirmed your biases about a player or maybe put you off of a player that you originally thought. Dabs, you seem like you have something.
I just want to be on record for when this happened. When the Detroit Lions select their number 2 pick, and it's Malik Willis. I just want everybody to understand that this man was balling out of his mind. He is the best quarterback in the draft, And the rationale behind this and me picking number 2 Lions, Malik Willis, is because of his combine also, because of the sheer dominance he showed in the Senior Bowl and during Senior Bowl practices with the Lions coaches. Also, my rationale behind this, I'm going to be real quick when I say it. Picking Malik Willis this year will guarantee that you pick the best quarterback in this draft. Next year, you still have the option of keeping Jared Goff starting for the year. If he balls out, it's okay. It's a Green Bay situation. If he balls out, Jared Goff goes to the playoffs. I don't think that's happening at all. Next year, I still believe the Lions are an 8-win team, 6 to 8 game winning team. They're not getting CJ. They're not getting Bryce. So who is left in that class? I don't really know. It's not a lot of talent. It's very top heavy. Malik Willis is better than any of those other quarterbacks other than CJ and Bryce, and I'm not even sold on Bryce for real. If we pick him, we have solidified our future at least for the next 5 to 6 years with Malik Willis. Now, I know it's a safer pick than what people think. That's all I want to say.
I'm putting your ass on the hot seat as soon as we draft fucking Aiden Hutchinson with the fucking second overall pick, bro.
Aiden is going to go into the Jags. That's another thing. I want this video to be saved. Oh, it'll be saved.
It'll be online. It'll be online forever.
No, we're going to make the clip. We're going to make the clip for when it happened, and then we're going to replay the clip.
We'll see.
GM Dabs.
Quick question, Dre. In I guess the latest mock season, is Kayvon dropping because he didn't do on-field drills?
I have my opinions on why Kayvon is dropping. I don't think it's because. So my opinion on the combine is that for guys like Kayvon, Aiden, Malik, I don't think it helps them that much. Like, they're solidified as top players. I don't think it helped. Like, if Kayvon just said, I'm not participating, I'll come to my pro day, I really don't think people would be talking much about it, but I think it's because he left halfway through. But people don't realize they got them up at 4 a.m, 5 a.m, and then they were still doing stuff at 7, 8 at night. It was ridiculous because they want to be on prime time. It doesn't make any sense. So I mean, that might be part, but I don't think that's why. I mean, they've interviewed with these guys. I will talk more about prospect rankings later, but I have some gripes with. One, the evaluation of Kayvon, because when watching Kayvon's film, Oregon put him in such terrible positions to succeed. I feel like watching his film, they had him two gapping at the 5 tech, which he's a 260-pound outside linebacker, not even 260, he might be 255, 250. I wouldn't expect that out of someone like Kayvon to be two gapping a 3-4 end or something like that, and they weren't lining him up wide 9 or into the 7 to pass rush to his ability. They were lining him up on guard sometimes and pass rush sets. It just didn't. I didn't like a lot what I saw from what they did with him, and then you juxtapose that against Aiden, who was constantly on the edge, just go get the quarterback across from another first-round pick. He might be dropping because of the combine stuff, but I just think that I think it's fatigue. I think it's prospect fatigue. He's been penciled in for 3 years now, and I think people are tired of it.
Yeah, I had seen a latest mock. I think it was Matt Miller or something. He didn't even have him in his top 10, so I was just dang. But my one takeaway is Sauce Gardner, Detroit's own. From what they say, the streets of Detroit.
Bro, I'm going to get so mad on draft night. I already know.
Sauce Gardner, I feel like he solidified his spot as the number 1 corner to be taken. He's got length. He's 6'2". He's 200 pounds. He solidified a spot with a 4'4", 40. I mean, that's rolling. I mean, 6'2", and you at corner, if he press you, it's over. He got long arms. He's taking you to the sideline. He's fluid in his hip movement. So I think he's the number 1 corner now. I think Derek is number. He's got a lot of upside. But it's just that first year was magical. His freshman season was magical, but those last 2 really inconsistent. I think he's got to kill it in his pro day. I don't know, timeline wise. I know they said they're about to start ramping up running for him because of that foot injury. But I just don't know how much he'll do at the pro day. And I feel like either whoever drafts him, they are going to get either a superstar or they are going to get a bust. There's no it's not it's either going to be a superstar or bust. But I hope it's a superstar because dude showed massive potential that from that first year. So those last 2 years is just a little bit too inconsistent. But that first pencil him as a top 5, top 10 pick. So that's my takeaway from the combine. Just the corners.
Yeah, I think. I mean, if you're releasing your practice film, and we don't know who released it, but I feel like Derek probably released it. Like, if you're releasing your practice film against Jamar, like, you can feel yourself flipping in the draft. I definitely dropped him in my rankings because I don't know how he'll end up performing. But overall, I think that, like, the combine, like I said, it might solidify a few guys. Like, I think it solidified Aiden and how people feel about him. I think it solidified how people feel about Sauce, but I think it like helps get a lot of people on people's boards. Like, you saw like receivers like Christian Watson and like Sky Moore. Sky Moore's from Western, and Christian Watson from like North Dakota State, and some other guys, some other guys like that, and Tariq Woolen, and just guys that perform like and jump out the gym and just run super fast. Like, you have to go back and say, okay, let me go watch their film. Like, maybe they didn't have the technique, but can I make them into an NFL player? Maybe they just didn't have, the right system. Like, why'd they end up at the smaller school? So I think it does that for those guys. It doesn't really move the needle on me. Like, as
you know what I like
guys.
about what Dabs said? Dabs, I hope honestly that you're correct about Malik Willis and stuff.
I know we just skipped over it. Like, nobody really.
No. I'm listening to you. I'm listening to you, brother.
Thanks,
I'm listening to you.
Tim.
But my hope is that with people like you and people who be talking about this kind of stuff, it encourages a team who really needs a quarterback to trade up with us and give us a first and a second to get to that spot and draft Malik. I would love that.
I mean, it does both, but like, I mean, if we can trade down and get
I think trading down is the best bet for us.
Honestly, if we get 2 first-round picks, I go with that because we need a lot of other help.
We're not getting.
I'm just saying the rationale behind Malik Willis makes a lot of sense if you really think about it.
Like, if I'm,
I think the
Steelers,
rationale,
the Eagles, or
I don't disagree with the rationale. I just don't think that from Brad Holmes' perspective, the rationale makes sense. Like I said, you're betting your job on it in your second year, essentially. So if like your third year he's not playing and like going dumb, you're out of there. Like, you only get to draft one quarterback in your career. Yeah, and but that might be his only job. Like, a lot of GMs, unless you like prove yourself, you don't get a second shot at being a GM.
I'm just saying, he in the hot seat if the Lions go with Jared and they ask again. He in the hot seat anyway, and then the next year
if they go close to 500, he's done his job for another year, and then the third year, like, you have to like make a wild card maybe.
You have to draft a quarterback the third year.
You don't have to draft one. We've seen a lot of teams, especially lately, not drafting him. They just trade for him or get him in free agency.
No, you can't get a top tier quarterback in free agency to Detroit. No matter what you do, you can't do it. It's not happening. So it doesn't have to be.
But it doesn't have to be top tier. Like, there's like, if you can create a quality team, we've saw Jimmy G almost go to the Super Bowl twice now. Like, it doesn't have to be the top guys.
Bro, the league is quarterback talented, stacked. It's no longer you winning a championship with like, you're not winning a championship no more with a mediocre quarterback. I will say that right now. You know how stacked quarterbacks are right now? It's like 10 of them that I can say are like elite of the elite. Like, Codis in the last 10 years are still playing in the league right now. Like, Russell is a proven quarterback, and I don't want to say he's number 3 in that division. You have to have a star quarterback to win football games in this league. You have to be able to throw the ball. You have to be able to do that. Jared can't do that. If he can't do it this year, and he damn sure not going to do it next year, you've seen Jared's career, you got to get a quarterback next year. You're not getting Bryce, and you're not getting CJ. So Malik Willis is it.
Yeah, but there's a very real possibility, and I'm not saying that. I like Malik Willis a lot, but there's a really big possibility that Malik doesn't end up being better than Jared. Like, there's a very real possibility, and that's Brad's ass.
I mean, if Jared is picked, not Jared, if Malik is picked at 2, I mean, Jared was picked at 1, so I mean, they top pick, so I mean, like, that's fair to say, like, he could be like But I mean, like, are y'all convinced of Jared Goff? And I don't think y'all are. I think y'all should bridge quarterback.
I'm not saying I'm convinced of, and this obviously isn't the Detroit Lions podcast, but I'm not convinced of Jared Goff. I just think that from Brad's perspective, it might not make, because just as much as you need a quarterback, you need a team. And there's a lot of holes on the Detroit Lions. Any team that's made it to the Super Bowl also has a lot of very good players, and Detroit is also missing those.
But if you don't get 8, you're stretching, because they're saying Kyle Hamilton should be a number 2 pick. You're stretching with Kyle. Who else in this draft are you stretching with at 2? Like, you can pick Aiden. Aiden is the pick.
Malik is also a stretch, though. If he was also in the last few quarterbacks classes, he wouldn't even be in the discussion for the first quarterback. And that's not a shot against him, but it wouldn't have been close.
I don't know.
He probably would have been like the 5th or 6th quarterback last year.
I don't know, man. I'm just saying
So
from the
reach,
rationale.
Dabs, keep talking that talk.
Regardless of who you pick, it's going to be called a reach. I'm just saying from Brad's perspective, one of the reaches loses his job outright.
I don't like Aiden that much either.
I don't like Aiden that much. I don't like this top 5 pick class. I really don't. Top 5, don't like it. Everybody gonna try to trade down.
If you don't like the top of the class, then who's going to trade up?
No
Somebody
one.
who need a quarterback.
Somebody that need a quarterback. Yeah, I guess like.
Did the Colts even have a first-round pick?
No.
Broke asses.
We're gonna pick Kyle Hamilton. I'm gonna kill myself.
This draft class is gonna be a fucking shit show.
This draft class is really good. People are just saying that because there's no quarterbacks.
The first round is not appealing because of quarterbacks, but like it's probably one of the deepest drafts ever.
Nice.
Well, you're a casual, so you can. That's why you ain't been talking all.
Talk to him.
How am I casual?
Hey.
You casual.
I play Madden.
Hey, free agency, Dre. Let's go.
Yeah. So coming up free agency, I just want to touch on some of the top free agents where we think we'll go. Obviously, some of these guys are signed, and some things have shifted around the league. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers back with the Packers.
I gotta guess. Russell Wilson is going to the Broncos.
Nice. 1 second.
Report it here first.
Yeah, so Aaron Rodgers decides to stay with the Green Bay Packers, probably because he looked at the AFC and said there's nothing going on over there that he needs to get involved with, and he'd rather just stay in the NFC with whoever's over there. And then obviously Russell Wilson going to the Broncos, vacating the NFC, leaving it easier out for Aaron, obviously, and absolutely stacking the AFC West. Probably the hardest division in football in a long time. Well, I mean, so the NFC West was really strong for a little while, but now this probably usurps that even.
Leaving, and then Jimmy probably is departing. They're not going to keep him.
Stafford going back to the Super Bowl.
Hey, I just want to say something. Quick shout out. Hopefully we cut this. KJ Hamler. I know he's not being talked about right now. Everybody talking about other stuff. He's not being really talked about. Coming off the ACL injury, he is the deep threat. When he came out of the NFL, they compared him to Tyler Lockett. I'm telling you, Danger Russ and KJ Hamler, deep threat capabilities, top tier, top elite. Watch what happens this season.
How much you making off of this?
You said how much am I making? Don't worry about it. Listen, listen to me in my raid. KJ, Russ.
No matter what, fucking Matthew Stafford is going back to the Super Bowl. Mark my words.
Hey, you ain't say the most important person though. Carson Wentz for
2/3 in a second round swap between the Colts.
I'm not mad at it.
And the Commanders. I think it is an overpay, but I also, like I said, I'm not like terribly pissed off. Like, I think
Carson
the position
turned into a second. If he plays 70% of the games, turn into a second.
Yeah,
it's not bad.
The Commanders are in a position where they need to win. Like, they've had these expectations because of their defense now for years, and everyone keeps saying, well, they just need a quarterback. They don't have someone to plug in there. It probably is an overpay, but, in this quarterback market. And they're picking up his contract, which is insane. So,
Eagles.
hopefully Carson can turn it around for the second time.
So with the move for Russ, this does, I guess, for
No,
the AFC Super
no.
Bowl contenders.
That's Josh Allen's, Patrick Mahomes, and Joe
Hey, I'm
Burrow's
asking
division.
the football heads, not the
Thank you.
casual.
I'm
They
just saying the same thing they say. I don't know what's up.
Patrick Mahomes is. I'm gonna say it and get a lot of flack for this. You overrated. Yeah, overrated. 100% overrated.
You like Joe Burrow.
No, I'm not. I'm not even talking. Joe Burrow had his
I
time.
don't like. I think he is overrated in relative terms. Like I'll agree. I've probably said that a lot. That he's over. Like people, the way that people compare him to other elite quarterbacks, like there's this gap between them.
Patrick
When
Mahomes?
in reality, there's not a gap between Patrick Mahomes and the rest of the elite quarterbacks. Like there's not this like.
It's Patrick
there's
Mahomes,
not this, like,
Josh Allen up there, and everyone else.
You can argue that Josh Allen had a better 2 years the last 2 years than Patrick Mahomes.
I'm
You
putting
can
them together.
easily
I'm
argue
putting them
that
together.
he was
Everybody casuals
okay,
like.
but everyone talks like there's this like tier gap between Patrick Mahomes and the rest of the league, and there really isn't.
Is there a
It's
tier gap
not.
between Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, and the rest of the league?
I would probably say and maybe when Rapist comes back,
Ben?
Deshaun.
He said Ben.
Why Ben catch a stray?
No, but back to what I was saying about the Broncos. The Broncos are stacked, bro. They have fucking a great defense. If Vaughn comes back, Chubb back healthy, like Patrick Surtain, if Patrick is on the up, like they have Justin Simmons, like they defense is there.
They're not beating the Chiefs
I'll say my super early pick. I would probably pick Denver as my favorite. Their defense
That's
has
what
been
I'm saying.
really good with Teddy Bridgewater, like not giving them the ball that much. Like,
That's what I'm saying.
Teddy doesn't turn over the ball, but like you're not having long possessions. Javonte Williams is about to go dumb this year. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I would in an absolutely stacked conference. I would probably pick Denver as my favorite already.
Bro, you sleeping on them Chiefs.
Vaughn got to come
Nobody's
back.
sleeping on the good night.
It just turns them into a Super Bowl contender. It's just like you worry since the AFC is so top heavy and there's so many elite quarterbacks.
When did they lose Vaughn? Did they lose Vaughn in the offseason last year, or did he play some games
No,
in Denver
this
last year?
season.
Regular season.
God forbid Tunde lets anyone finish their statement tonight.
I'm sorry.
Go
ahead, Tay.
Sorry for his drunkenness today.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah, but anyway, I was interrupted. Yeah, but you just worry about like for the Broncos, say they got all these players, and just what happened with the Ravens this year because the Ravens had like a really good like, veteran-led squad. Everybody was saying like they were like contenders and everything, and like pretty much everybody was on IR before week 1. Like 3/4 of the team was on IR before week 1 and week 2. So that's the thing with the Broncos. You just gotta, that injury bug always seems to hurt. A team each year. Hopefully it's not the Broncos, because I mean, like we've been saying, let Russ cook for like the past 3 to 4 years, and like out in Seattle, he had that. They gave him that ability to the latter years, but you've seen it die off. So hopefully, with the offensive coordinator coming from the Packers, they'll build a more efficient offense to where he is able to cook more with the weapons that they have now. He'll be more.
Yeah, you know who cooking when they actually play the Chiefs next year? Toon gonna be cooking. We cooking all y'all when I reference this fucking episode when we blow y'all out.
Tip of the day.
No. Let me cook. Let Toon cook for a second. Listen, I want to hear all this mess when the Broncos lose to the Chiefs twice next year.
The what?
I want to cover a few of the positions in free agency because we actually have like a couple like kind of stacked classes relative to other years. I'm not going to touch too much on like O-line and like line. There's a few good linebackers, but this is like a really good wide receiver free agency class. Even with Devontae getting franchised and Mike Williams, he signed for 3 for $60, so $20 million a year. But I mean, left we still have Chris Godwin, Allen Robinson, DJ Chark, Christian Kirk, Odell, Juju, Jarvis Landry. It sounds like might get cut. It sounds like Dallas might try and restructure Gallup and bring him back. Amari Cooper, it sounds like, going to get cut. Russell Gage. So I don't know. So an absolutely loaded class. I mean, a few teams that sound like they need. Obviously, Detroit needs a receiver. The Jets probably could use help. Baltimore, Cleveland with Odell leaving. I would assume that Rams try and bring Odell back, and it would probably be mutual. But I think my favorite, I like Allen Robinson. He had a really bad year, probably not his fault, obviously, with what was going on there. I love Christian Kirk as like a slot Z guy for like a team like the Lions, obviously. And I think my like favorite. You guys know I love Michael Gallup, but he's going back to Dallas for like the price. But I think my favorite that's left for like the price, because I don't really want, if you're not trying to spend a lot, is DJ Chark. I mean, he's like 6'4", runs a 4.4. He had a great year with, I don't even know, with Minshew. Like, and obviously not Minshew's not garbage, but I love DJ Chark. Obviously, he had some mental health stuff and then got injured, so he has been working through some stuff. But yeah, speaking of receivers, bro, Calvin Ridley is suspended for a year.
Bro, it's two
for
sides.
For gambling when he was on IR.
Bro, it's two sides to this because
non-football.
He wasn't around the team. He bet on his team winning.
To win.
I don't think that's like, I don't know why they trying to crucify Buddy. I get why, but like, it's just more offenses. It's so many.
They don't know what they're doing, bro. Because
like,
was the owner for the Dolphins, bro?
Yeah, the fact that Stephen Ross hasn't gotten a penalty yet is like why. Unless they knew about this, they knew about this Ridley stuff for a while and like had investigated for a long time. But yeah, the fact that they haven't gotten anything yet and Ridley has is kind of crazy.
Like, bro, they made it seem like Buddy committed a murder. They like $1,500 bet on his own team that he wasn't around for months. And then yeah, like, and then and the craziest part about it is, like, the NFL back to just like they just promoting gambling like it's the greatest thing in the world. Like, it's just crazy to me how they just like crucify Ridley. Like, he ain't killed nobody. I see if he was betting against his team or something like.
Yeah, it sucks for him too, though, because he missed out this year because of his mental health, and then he's losing a whole other year. And he's he came into the league so old. He's going to be 29. Like, he might only have time for one more contract, depending on how it ends up working out for him.
After seeing this, I need to see what's going to happen with Stephen Ross.
Nothing's going to happen to that, man. They about to do this all under the table, and they want to pay a settlement. It's never nothing.
Some other notable free agents that are out there. Bobby Wagner got cut by the Seahawks to save them like $16 million this year. Obviously, first ballot Hall of Famer. I don't know what he'll end up running a free agency. I'm sure there's plenty of teams that would love to have him. I think he might end up in Denver too. I'll be honest. They really need a middle linebacker. Quan Alexander, Dante Hightower, so some good linebackers. Leonard Fournette is in free agency after a couple really good years.
That's crazy.
J.C. Jackson, Carlton Davis, some good corners, and Stephon Gilmore, I believe, is a free agent as well. So for those teams that need corners, safety got Tyrann Mathieu, Marcus Williams, Quandre Diggs, Marcus May. There's a lot of O-linemen out there. Teron Armstead, Brandon Scherf, Ryan Jensen. The list goes on.
So if someone doesn't sign, they like, I know in the NBA you get to like have like bird rights or whatever. You can sign them to a minimum contract. Is that kind of what happens in the NFL, or what happens
if they don't sign back with their team?
If no one else wants to sign them, say no one else wants to sign Honey Badger, does he get like a minimum contract with the Chiefs, or?
I mean, he can. It's up to him.
Free agent means just a normal person that's just trying to get a contract in the NFL.
If Tyrann Mathieu wants to walk, and the Chiefs are the only team that want him back, I mean, like, unless they just like, nah, like, we don't want you no more, then he just become a free agent. But he could just go sign back with the Chiefs. But
we talked about Von Miller possibly going back to Denver. Chandler Jones started the year with like 7 sacks in one game, and then he's still a good player, but didn't do that the rest of the year.
He got them 5 sacks and said, "I'm done."
Harold Landry signs back with Tennessee. Davion Clowney obviously hitting free agency. Some other good guys in here. But I want to get the last thing I want to talk about free agency is the remaining quarterbacks. So Tyrod, I think Case Keenum, maybe Jimmy G, Jameis, Two Glove Teddy. And I don't know, the teams that I would assume are looking at quarterbacks in between free agency and the draft: Pittsburgh, Detroit, not in free agency, but the draft possibly, Indy, maybe Seattle now, maybe Tampa, New Orleans, sorry, and Carolina. I don't know if I missed anyone, but I don't know if you. I think some of like the win now teams are probably what people might have their eye on more, like the Pittsburghs of the world, Indianas of the world. What does, I don't know, Carolina do? I don't know where they feel like they're in their rebuild phase. I don't know. I guess Jimmy G and Jameis and Teddy are probably the three biggest names of the quarterbacks that are left.
Teddy. Hey man,
Why don't the Saints
bro.
take fucking Jameis back?
Hey man, we gotta stop with Teddy, bro. Teddy back.
I do agree, but I feel like someone's gonna try and stopgap him somewhere.
Who?
To love Teddy.
Don't do that. Don't do that to your franchise. If I'm Teddy, stay back up, Russ, man. You'll back up now. Ever since that knee injury,
I want Jameis. Jameis nice.
Yeah, give you a nice 30 for 30.
30 for 30.
Hey, some hot dogs.
That shit was nuts.
And some of these teams are so win ready. Like Tampa still has a really good team. Indy a really good team. Pittsburgh a really good team.
Ooh, Jameis goes back to fucking Buccaneers. Nice.
No way. Arians is not having that.
I'd love that.
New Orleans. I don't know. Maybe he just stays in New Orleans. Who's the coach in New Orleans now? Who got that job?
Dennis Allen.
Was that it? That was an internal hire, right?
He was the
Yeah.
Not Doug Peterson.
So we'll see what these guys, these teams that need QBs do in free agency. Obviously, not a ton to pick from. Jimmy G's probably the best of the bunch for whatever that's worth. But I don't know, some interesting stuff to unfold. Jesse Bates got tagged. I think Dalton Schultz got tagged. We talked about Wentz. This is a really good free agency class, like all around the board. So if there's any, I guess the way I look at free agency is if you have needs, you try your best to fill them in free agency so you can go to the draft and just take good players. You want to be able to go to the draft and just take, I don't want to look at the draft and say, I need this, so I'm going to take a worse player because I have a bigger need here. I want to take free agency to fill every hole on my team that I can so I can go into the draft and, take franchise changers, take game changers. So a lot to come with free agency. We'll get into a lot of prospect reviews and mock drafts in the future, but we'll finish out the day with just the tip. When one of our bros gives a tip to our comrades out there to take with them in their life. Dante got us with just the tip today. What you bringing?
Y'all, it is simple yet effective, but a lot of people don't do it. You reminded time and time, man, when you go to the dentist, make sure you are brushing your teeth twice a day. You're doing it. Nobody want to smell that nasty morning breath in the morning. All right, make sure you using your flossers.
Tell us, Ray Charles. Tell us.
I love the flossers.
Get that crud out your teeth, man. Get that spinach and broccoli. Get it out. All right. For all my fellas that use the 3-in-1 head and tool and conditioner. Hey, look. Get you a 6-in-1 Listerine right here, all right? Get you a 6-in-1. It do so much for you. Helps prevent cavities, restores enamel, strengthens teeth, kills bad breath germs, freshens fresh breath. Use that, bro. And even after I eat something, I feel like I just brushed my teeth. So, fellas, ladies, make sure you get that. And like I said before, make sure you brush your teeth twice a day. It's simple but effective. There's a lot of yuck mouths out there, a lot of yellow Crayola markers. Get that.
That's just the tip. See you guys next week.